Last time, you guys were led by Lazarus and forced into a war by Dragos. Left off on... I mean, yes. You guys were taken and given new uniforms and placed on a ship sailing all the way to the kingdom of Thalasiren. We left off on you guys getting to meet Captain Phineas and your placement on the ship. So from there, let us continue where we left off. You guys...
I don't think we've met Captain Phineas yet.
No, I don't know. This is the first time you guys get to meet him.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are now, I would say, we'll say that you guys are about a day's worth into sailing now. You've learned your role on this ship, and you guys are controlling the oars, and you guys are moving them along with the other soldiers. You guys have learned that there are times of the day where the captain will allow you guys to like break for hours at a time when the wind is heavy, so the sails are mostly carrying the ship without the support of the men and women. So usually during those times are what we're going to call your guys' downtimes while on this. And we are actually going to be approaching one of those downtimes where you guys will have a little bit of free time away from work. So, with that being said, you guys are now resting your oars, and you guys are kind of maybe like standing up, stretching, and you see the other soldiers kind of similarly doing the same thing. You see some that are like laying across the benches, potentially just resting or napping. You see some soldiers like sitting, like turning themselves around, and they're talking to the others. You see Captain Phineas roaming around there. You see Captain Phineas just kind of like doing his checkups, like he's going around checking the railing, he's checking the sails, he's checking in all the people. You guys know that there is like a bottom level where all the food and storage is at. With that, another thing I forgot to mention, up ahead we also have Rosetta, who has been assigned as like the watch of the ship. So when you guys are sailing, Rosetta's job is to try to potentially catch if there's any like giant rocks coming ahead, or if there's islands, or if you see anything suspicious, it's to call it out.
Right.
The purpose of that was because Rosetta is too small to move an oar.
Oh, that makes sense.
So you're up ahead there. There is another soldier that is hanging back towards the rear end of the ship, and that's also for the similar purpose of making sure that there are no other ships, potentially like pirates, for example, following you. There's nothing suspicious. Just another eyes out into the ocean. But with that being said, this is your guys' free time to roam the ship. Feel free to ask questions and just kind of explore.
Man, oh man. My arms are dying. How long have we been sailing for, guys?
Well, Rosetta got the easy job. Lucky her.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Hell yeah, let's go.
But if we die, it's your fault.
Hey, it could be the guy at the back's fault. It's not my fault. There you go.
He's at the back. He can't see shit. Bert.
Well, he can see stuff lurking behind. If anyone's following us, you know.
Well, that's true. I don't trust him though. I think
Yeah.
we should push him off soon.
Yeah, let's go. First action of the day.
Mutiny. Right off the bat.
How do we get everyone off this boat stat?
Like bears judging us.
Setsuki, it's time to start another fire.
In full, like, I don't know, he's just like staring down at the water next to him, just like still in his seat. Just, like,
Frozen.
muttering to himself.
He's looking for fish.
It's just like, yeah, it's just water. Just lots and lots of water. How bad could it be?
Very bad.
It's just like stressing out.
We can move around, right?
Yes, you guys are free to roam the ship.
Okay, great. I'm going here.
I was gonna ask that earlier when you guys were like chatting. I'm like, are you guys like yelling across the
We're
ship right
shouting
now?
We are.
But then who's watching the front though?
It's break time. Nobody needs to watch the front.
Well, if we drown, it's your
I
fault.
will
Friends.
I will say that during break time, while Rosetta does like leave her post, I will say Captain Phineas will go up there and just kind of keep watch.
Great.
Push him
Wait.
It's a great time to push him over.
I was gonna say it's a great time to annoy him.
Yeah.
You can do both.
Yeah. Annoy him and then push him over. We're the
Yeah.
captain now.
Look at me. I'm captain now.
Alright, so what do we do, guys?
I don't know about you, but I'm seasick as hell.
Both
What to mention.
of you are.
That's why we're at the back. You know, just one rope, bleh. One
Yeah.
rope, bleh.
I mean, like, we can't get off the boat at this point.
No, unless you
No
can
way.
swim really good.
You can definitely jump.
We can take over the boat.
Where's the closest island though? Where are we?
Where are we? I think we need to
Yeah,
ask
can we, like,
Phineas.
see any land?
Would?
Or are we in the middle of the ocean?
You guys as of right now are definitely in the middle of the ocean. You guys are about a day's worth of sailing in already.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
stress is doubled then.
I
Oh god.
could just fly off. Leave off
Nice,
here.
nice.
We'll see how it is.
Well, how long can you fly before you, like, exhaust yourself and plop right into the
True.
No.
water like a
Sure.
fly?
Not sure what the lore is on that. Pretty long, maybe. Is flying as difficult as walking is, or like it's tiring? I
So so in terms of like when you guys are like taking turns, the flying speed does have its own like how far you can go like at a time.
Oh.
But as far as like how long you can fly for, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I just think it'd be hilarious. You just bail on all people you're with.
Yeah. I'm at the front anyway. Alright, I think we
say
should
we-
start asking questions. Or
We ask questions, but I
Yeah.
reckon we still push him off the boat.
yeah, we could try.
I wanna get like a gist of like how many people on this boat are kind of, I guess, similar to us,
Mhm.
like conscripts, and then
There's a
like,
lot of people here.
how many are more like indoctrinated, kind of like. I just want to get like a feel for like the people on the boat, you know, whether there's
Alright.
an opportunity for some I don't know,
Yeah.
shenanigans, or whether
Yeah.
they're all very much just accepting
dedicated to
their
the
fate.
cause. Yeah.
Well, I hope not.
We can ask the people around us first.
Let's ask the guy next to you. This guy.
Oi!
Surround him.
So you guys approach this guy who seems to be kind of like it almost looks like he's fidgeting with a piece of metal in his hand, and just visually as you walk up to him, he's like bald, big beard down to his chest, his muscles are like big and bulging. He sees the four of you like surround him, and he doesn't seem nervous at all. He just looks up at he looks up directly at Rosetta.
Uh-huh. So, what's your story?
You see his eyes dart back down to his hand, and you see him kind of like take this little piece of metal and you see him. He's kind of like moving it between his fingers and like rhythmically. And he looks back up at you. And he goes, "The name's Al. I'm not from around these parts. You see, I used to own a forge. Went in debt. Dragos didn't like it. I don't know where my family's at. All I know is me being here is keeping them alive." And his eyes kind of dart back down to his piece of metal, and he just goes, "What about you, little one?"
Well, we got kidnapped here. But what I'm hearing is that you make weapons?
You see almost what looks to be a glint in his eyes. And he looks up with almost a half smirk and goes, "I create beautiful weapons."
Alright. Keep that in mind.
And then as you guys do that, I will fill in their little descriptions like that there.
Okay. So, I think this guy definitely would be on our side.
You know what?
Right.
I would love to get a beautiful weapon from him.
Me too.
Do you guys say that out loud?
We go, yeah, whisper. Conspiracies.
Conspiracies.
I don't trust him because he's waiting for his family. So he'll do anything, even betray us.
I think he's more likely to. Oh, actually, no, it's a bit early to say it. But yeah.
You guys can roll insight.
Alright, time for the first roll of the day.
Yeah, let's get an idea of this guy.
Insight?
Oh, I forgot to mention too. I would say DC 12 or higher. So, Bear, if you want to re-roll again, I'll give you that second chance there.
Insight.
Well, at this point, 3 of you got it, so I don't know if Setsuki... Are you still looking for the insight? Alright, so you got 11. Okay. So, Rosetta, Bear, and Rye. You 3 were able to determine that based off of what he told you and just his visual appearance and in terms of like the way he's kind of reacting to you guys and such, you can tell that he is being like genuine and honest with you, and he doesn't seem to have like any ill intent or any type of like, doesn't seem to be scheming in any way.
As in, he's not trying to scheme against the situation here, or not trying to scheme against us?
I would say in general, like, so like the vibe you get from him is that he is doing what he has to do in order to go back home to his family.
Right, okay.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's
Dang
supposed to
it.
do good.
Yeah, he's probably not willing to risk rocking the boat, so to say.
Alright, so do you want to talk to the other people as well?
I guess we just go insight for every damn person on this boat.
Alright, let's go. We take one person each.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
So many people to talk to.
Alright.
A lot of people.
Let's get chatting, guys.
Imagine I'm just all like, Bear, roll an athletics check. Do you trip off the no? No. All right. Let's start with Setsuki.
I have social anxiety. I don't want to talk to.
No, you have to.
Start poking at him.
Hello.
Put on your most charming smile.
What brings you to the boat?
You come here often?
Come here
Bro.
often. Look at this beautiful weather, ain't it?
So before you see like this short and muscular, just this burly dwarf. And as you say that to him, he is unsure whether or not you are trying to hit on him.
Oh.
You fucker.
Berwin goes, oh, so his name, so he goes, I don't come here often. He kind of like awkwardly sticks his hand out for like to shake yours and goes, the name's Barwin.
Sorry, I don't shake hands.
You see him kind of like squint his face. And he just kind of goes, right. Okay. And he puts his hand back down and he kind of just like continues to just like sit and kind of just stare off into the distance while you kind of see him making awkward glances at you.
So were you captured on this boat? You're too far away from your mines.
He looks at you and he goes, not all dwarves are miners. Thank you very much.
I mean, that's a shame.
That's crazy.
You're the
Shoot, not you stereotyping right now.
Are you gonna punch this guy too, bro?
However, he does let out a little chuckle and goes, but you're right, I am far from the mines.
See, I told you.
Yeah, from the
I
line.
didn't know.
He goes, well, I'm as much as a slave as you are on this ship. I
mean,
lost.
followed the-
Oh, yep.
I mean, I followed the fairy, the thief, and the supposed bear, and I became a slave apparently.
Berwin nods his head and goes, oh, I see. I used to own my own mining business in the mountains, but the humans didn't like me very much. And when business went downhill, Dragos didn't like me not making money for the kingdom, so here I am.
I know, right? The humans are the worst.
He nods his head and goes, I agree.
I think the dwarf will help us. That's what
Are you
Um,
whispering that to us? Please tell us
I'm
to say it
DMing
like
I
you.
have to roll that insight, brother.
How do let's roll.
While you're rolling, he does ask you, how did you end up on this ship?
Well, I punched a guy while I was trying to get out of jail, and apparently my accomplices were too slow. So...
You blame us? That's
pretty
crazy.
fucked up.
Berwin nods his head and goes, hopefully they weren't human.
Now one was, but they died. So that's fine.
I see.
Now we have a bear, which is good.
I do want to clarify that I do look vaguely human. And
Fine,
not
you're
like
furry. It's
leopard.
fine. I mean, you could have
Very
fooled
hairy
me.
man.
Really
You're just
say
like
that.
you're just scamming. You're just Tinder scamming us right now with your fucking big picture on you.
Yeah, I just
Look,
assume you're
that
just
comes
like a
next.
bear.
That's what I
Same.
thought.
Alright, hold
So you're
on,
not a
let me-
bear?
Let me give you
What?
a brief description. Alright?
So you're the other kind. So you're the other kind of bear. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Wait,
that
what?
kind of bear.
It's like he's a very, very tall and hairy man. Like
Oh.
quite disheveled as well.
Oh.
But yeah, not like morphic, I guess to say, but does have like some like bestial features. Like he does have the dark vision, which you notice in the prison with like the reflective eyes and like slightly like lengthened canines, that kind of stuff. And just yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
This
Min
entire
got what I
time.
know.
You are a
I was
human.
envisioning Brother Bear.
Hey, me too.
Same.
Oh my god.
That's
I
crazy.
thought he's the other kind of bear, you know, the other kind of bear.
What other type of bear?
I don't actually know.
Am I the only one who gets what Setsuki's saying?
But essentially,
If you don't know, you don't know.
Google is your friend.
I don't want to explain it to pure people.
Just keep picturing
yeah.
Brother Bear.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because that is your
No, he's
profile
more like a
picture,
very
you know?
kind of feral looking man. I
Okay.
guess.
Okay. Got
He
it.
was just,
Feral.
he was just Tinder scamming us at this point.
Tinder
Oh, and yeah,
scamming.
because we've got our gear back. He's also like wearing this like cloak of leaves over his armor. So yeah.
Oh my god, your character reminds me of this. It was in animated. No, it's like this every hippy dippy forest lover you'll see in like the Western animated things. They're like very burly, hairy, big beard, cloak sleeves, drinking something,
Yeah.
going crazy
Kind of like that vibe.
in the forest.
I was gonna say Tarzan, but Tarzan doesn't have
Tarzan?
a beard.
Tarzan is a twink, but you know that's.
He's not a twink.
I'm picturing like Vikings from How I Train Your Dragon.
Ooh,
To that type of
maybe.
bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very burly.
Coincidentally, you named Bear. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I thought you were just like bear. A bear.
Yeah.
That's
A bear
catfishing
named Bear.
Twice. The
Yeah.
icon and the name.
Oh, you'll just wait, alright? It's gonna
Okay.
And
We will wait. Oh my god, are you
but for now,
are you
yes,
like
very
the
much
Beast in Beauty and the
human-looking.
Beast?
Not quite. Probably more human than that.
Ah, okay.
Like not completely covered in like fur, essentially, but like where he does have hair, it is very thick, like fur.
oh my god,
Got it.
choose a
I
struggle.
think you gotta draw this out, bro.
Yeah.
I've got like a full ass character description, but I won't go into it.
You describe it to Raisu, Raisu will draw it.
I'll draw.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But yeah. So yes, not.
Oh my god,
Oh boy, here it comes.
I literally thought that was going somewhere else.
Hey,
But yeah, no, it doesn't exactly have like the full bushy beard. I imagine more like mutton chops, like a Wolverine kind of look.
oh,
You know
But
what?
yeah,
I can see it. I can see it.
Didn't you redeem like Raisu to draw us?
Oh yeah.
dude, I was gonna draw
Yeah.
a bear. Not gonna lie.
So you better get it right, man.
You have a hat? You now.
Oh my god, I thought
Oh,
for a moment I thought you were gonna draw one single strand of hair.
I
No.
thought it was a monkey.
it's a bear. With...
It's a bear.
It's a bear.
It's big ears for a bear.
Oh yeah, that's
Bro,
right.
someone gave us visuals.
It's these giant muscles.
I'm actually not that strong. he's a bit,
Are you not?
I have 13 strength, so it's like, you know, I got some muscles, but I'm not
There's
like
a lot of
a
there's a lot of
bodybuilder.
there's a lot of contradictory. You're very contradictory. Choose a struggle.
Are you a bear or not?
Are you a bear?
Now we just
Uh,
now we're just pulling
yes.
apart his character.
One singular muscle.
I have been in a dungeon for many months, alright, you know.
Okay, so the muscles have atrophied. Got it.
Exactly, you know. I've been living off berries and prison slop. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah, see that human?
So yeah,
see that bear?
do look
He's a
human,
fake. Yeah,
most
see
of
that
the
bear?
damage.
He's a fake bear as well. Beruin, is it? He's a fake. He's a fake bear. Don't believe
This
him.
This drawing here is my first impression of you, by the way.
Say.
Where are my clothes?
Freaking
He's just,
I didn't you had
monkey.
clothes. Did you say you had?
Monkey ass.
Sure.
Your fur
where's the cloak?
on the cloak?
Big ass ears.
Yeah, he's wearing like
Here.
a cloak
Oh my
and
God,
got the
Super
armor
Bear!
underneath, I guess.
Super bear.
That'll do.
Do you wear your underwear outside in as well?
Wait, do you have hair?
Dude, it
A
just
lot of
kinda
hair.
has like like just wild. He has like a wild mane of hair essentially. It's not very well
Like a lion.
like a loin. Yeah, that's where like the mutton chops kind of fade into that. There you go.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Amazing.
That's her clothes essentially, it's just all the hair.
Hairy
Oh,
man.
where is it?
And yeah, there you go.
Okay. I think
Nice.
We're done.
Yeah.
Someone take a screenshot. I got no
Alright.
razors.
Wait, hold on. Gonna put it inside our Discord. Oh my God, who is
That was
that?
a very important pit stop.
Yeah.
This was important, yeah. There we go.
Oh,
Screenshotted.
It was a side quest.
Surprisingly similar.
Had to figure
I
out this
guess-
man's identity.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that bear doesn't bathe.
He doesn't.
How many liters of water it'll take?
Ask
I
the
don't
man
have
himself.
Are you trying to flood the boat? Or the ship?
That's a nice idea.
I think he's
No,
trying to
Oh.
ask, like, how
Yeah,
much
that's
water
fine,
does
yeah.
it take to bathe every day?
Well. Oh, you I totally went off track. So you did roll 11. So
Yes.
you look at Berwyn, and as far as you can tell, he just seems to be trying to do what he can do to survive.
Another one that is just here for the lols. Okay.
Just like us. Sorta.
Okay.
Is there anything else you're gonna ask him at all, or
No,
all
He's already
right?
backing away.
I'm already.
He's gone.
Alright, so
going.
on to the next person.
He's going to
Next
the
person.
he's going
No,
to the
other
person.
Way.
Go
The
up.
other way.
Which one?
The
So,
ne-
one,
You're
two,
next
Next
to
to-
next to me.
No.
Next to me.
About
Okay.
There is a person
yeah,
at the
yeah.
rear end of the ship
Yeah,
too.
there we go.
We'll get to him last. We'll gang up on him and then we'll push him off.
Hell yeah.
Rosetta can go next. I have social anxiety. I need to recharge.
Okay.
All right, Rosetta.
Alright, so how'd you end up here?
So you walk up to this next soldier, and you see, you can immediately tell that she is an elf, and she's got like long, flowy blonde hair, emerald green eyes. She looks like pretty like slim and fit. Also looks like she might have experience in battle.
Uh-huh.
She looks at you, and you can tell you can tell that her eyes are seeming to kind of like wander off towards her feet, and she's kind of like fiddling with her fingers. You ask her the question, and she turns towards you, and she goes, I was exiled.
Oh. I'm sorry to hear that. What's your name?
She kind of looks back down at her feet again and goes, Kalia, what is yours?
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Rosetta. So how'd you get exiled?
She almost has what looks to be like a PTSD look on her face,
What?
and she kind of like stares off into the distance for a moment, before she seemingly kind of like collects herself and goes, I was a soldier for the kingdom of Maid. I was on a mission to spy on another kingdom. Maid mistook my information as betrayal. They didn't imprison me, they banished me to Bloodhaven.
All for a misunderstanding? Oh man.
She does. Do you say that out loud or?
I guess, yeah.
She hears you say that, and she goes, sometimes I miss the old king. He was much more fair and just.
Mm-hmm.
He's been missing for quite some time.
If given the chance to go back to mine, would you?
She slowly nods her head and goes, I would, but I don't think they'd take me back.
Oh. Even if we cleared out the misunderstanding?
She looks at you with kind of like questioning eyes and goes, how do you suppose I go about that?
Well, I don't know right now, but we could figure that out in the future.
You see kind of like that distant look in her eyes is now coming to, and you do see like a glimpse of a smile as she kind of like reaches her hand to you to kind of like just give you a little handshake. And she goes, I would like that if we could.
All right, cool. So, is she on our side? Do I roll the insight for that?
You can, yeah.
Okay. Well, this isn't a good roll. Holy shit. Well, this is a terrible roll. Okay.
So, as you're shaking her hand and you're trying to determine whether or not she's like on your side or like or essentially like you guys are kind of like on the same no pun intended, on the same boat here, but I mean, as far as you can tell, she just seems to be kind of saddened and downed and was just telling you her story.
Okay. Man. Alright, but okay, nice to meet you. Now I'll go on to the next person. I feel like vibe-wise, she might agree to overthrow some people.
It sounds like it, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay, we can keep her in mind.
All right.
Next person.
Bear.
You know what? I don't think I'm gonna stop Dr. Soldier. I think he's gonna make his way out.
Oh.
Towards the other ship. So if you want to do like
Skipped?
Rising first, I reckon he's gonna go. I'm gonna go straight to the captain.
Sure, why not? I wanna,
Wow, you mean
yeah.
business.
I wanted to talk to Phineas as well.
Damn. Should I just talk to the back guy then?
We could.
Yeah, you guys are able to go wherever you want on the ship.
Oh, hey! Let's go surround the captain then.
Okay. Let's go
Yeah.
intimidate him.
Corner him!
More subtle, maybe.
Oh wait, what?
Oh, I don't know. No, we could do that. I also
Okay.
kind of want to get like a vibe of like what everyone's wearing. In terms, it's like mostly like armor, right? Is it heavy armor?
Yeah.
Is it light armor? Is it a mix?
Depending on so like depending on each of those characters, they're all like wearing different armors and they all have different weapon sets. It's all just dependent on like whatever their classes are.
Okay, and is there anyone like, besides from the captain, are there any guards that look like they're more like closely under him? Like obviously we've got like a lot of soldiers who seem to not really want to be here or have like prisoners of war or whatever, but are there other like soldiers on here that look like they're more kind of like
Under his
here
command.
to keep watch over us instead of being like an oarsman or whatever.
I will say that if you want, you can roll a perception check if you want to try to see if you can spot somebody else of importance aside from the captain.
Alright, let's do that. Man. All my bonuses
Man.
with these are all so bad. Why couldn't I roll this just now?
All right, what do we got? 12, 17, and 18. Okay, so Rosetta and Rye. Setsuki, are you rolling too, or?
Yeah.
I'm guessing the dice is
Chrome's
kind of
lagging.
hanging right now.
Oh. Okay. So Rosetta and Rye, you two are able to spot that the soldier who is at the rear of the ship, that compared to the rest of the soldiers who are kind of wearing, just similar to you guys, like you guys are all wearing your generic armors with like the Bloodhaven symbol engraved into them. You notice that aside from the captain, who's kind of wearing like this really flashy armor and even has like a kind of like one of those like draping capes, so like the captain really stands out. You do look back and you see there's another soldier who is also a human, and you notice that they're wearing like one of those like two different like shoulder sashes, and one that hangs over the right shoulder is like the colors of Bloodhaven, and over the left shoulder you see that it's like a blue, but you can't make out like what kingdom it might be unless you further investigate, of course, if you want to try to figure out what the other kingdom is. But you can see that the armor, and based off of like the way his posture, the way he's standing, is very similarly to the captain's. And he's also the only other person than the captain who is wearing a form of like a kind of like what seems to be like a royal cape of a sort.
Hmm.
So not very many of them is what you're saying.
Correct. He is the only other one aside from the captain.
Alright. Well then,
Should
I think we go over to Phineas now.
Phineas West?
Yeah.
How's it hanging?
Where's Ferb?
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Hey Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today.
The captain sees the four of you approaching all at the same time, and you see him slowly turn around, no hesitation, no flinching, and immediately rests his hand on the hilt of his blade and faces you guys with like his chest puffed out.
Oh, whoa, we're not here for any trouble.
Save
Relax.
it. Not here to cause trouble.
You see his eyes kind of like just glancing between all of you,
Goes to throw up overboard.
and he kind of just goes, "What is it that you need?"
What do you
How
wanna-
much more longer do we have of this?
How much longer we have of sailing?
Yes.
You see him reach into one of his like back pockets, and he pulls out like this old looking map, and it seems to be if anyone wants to roll an insight check, if you want to determine what kind of map it is, or sorry, not insight, perception. But you do see that he is holding a map of a sort, and he starts looking at it, and then he quickly rolls it and then like puts it back in his pocket.
Bro.
Nice.
Right.
This mine's terrible.
Boo.
So we can see at least.
And he immediately goes, "It's about 6 months of traveling.
6 months? Bro, I'm gonna die on this boat.
To be kidding me.
Only one day in. Oh
There's
no.
so much puking I can do on this boat, okay?
Bro.
As for Rai and Setsuki, who rolled your perception check, you know that the map that he was holding is quite literally a map of so it's not a complete map of the world, but it is a map showing the two countries and then like the ocean in between. So you know that from wherever you guys left to now wherever you guys are heading, that's what's on this map. So it's the ocean and 2 countries.
I don't know what to do with that information.
Oh, but
Are
I
we
would-
on,
Yeah.
are we on sea for 6 months straight? Like, no pit stops?
Are you asking the captain that?
Yeah, ask him.
He thinks for a moment and goes, I don't see why we need to make a pit stop when we have all the food we need to last us over a year. Everyone's in fine, healthy condition.
Some of us are not.
That is debatable.
So you're
Some of
telling
us
me
get
that.
seasick.
So you telling me people need to start getting sick?
You see the captain roll his eyes and goes, by the gods, who did Dragos give me?
That's what I'm saying.
Why are we here? 6 months.
Put us here. Not like we volunteered, but you know.
Yeah.
He just
What I would give for a plane right now.
Girl, you could fly out of here if you wanted
I
to.
know I could, but I can't leave you guys here. But I could.
What if you could get some help? Find
That's
some
what I'm
pirates or something.
contemplating.
You just fly. Find some pirates.
All
find
right,
some
Toodaloo.
pirates. So the captain looks at you and just goes, if there is a problem, I'm telling you right here, right now, there is nothing I can do about it. You are being sent to this war just as much as I am.
So you're not a lackey either.
You see him kind of turn around, facing away, and you see him just staring off into the ocean. Like, it's just blue skies, little waves, and he crosses his arms behind his back, and he goes, I've been a captain for 30 years.
Holy shit.
Oh.
For the last 10, I've spent it in Bloodhaven.
And the 20?
And he kind of like stutters for a moment, almost as if he's like recalling his past. And he goes, I used to be a captain for the Arkenvale military.
I see. So how'd you end up here? Did you lose or something?
He goes,
Something.
did you lose or something? Captain Phineas, slightly, like, takes a step to the left, and, you know, he's kind of still facing, like, looking out into the ocean, but now he's kind of, like, glancing a little bit over at you guys. And he goes, I was fortunate to come from a wealthy family. They didn't support government, they didn't support military, but that's what I wanted. I wanted to sail, and so I joined.
Oh.
One day, on a scouting trip, our ship crashed, and it was my fault. I didn't see the rocks. Everyone died but me.
That's not exactly something you want to hear.
That's not very reassuring.
You do see him kind of like look down a little bit, and he goes, I washed up on the beaches of Bloodhaven. Dragos didn't spare me. He didn't send me back. Instead, I've been trapped here. I have not crashed a ship since.
Okay. That's good to know.
And he points directly at Rosetta and goes, that is why I have extra eyes at all times.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah, speaking of extra eyes, who's he? And I'll point to the other man on the ship, the cape.
He turns around and kind of sees who you're pointing at, and he goes, ah, that's Gaius. Similarly, he is also from Arkenvale. He was a squire who was working his way to become a noble knight. He faked his death in combat. He was dishonorably discharged, banished from the kingdom, and he's been seeking redemption ever since. Unfortunately for him, he found Bloodhaven, or should I say Bloodhaven found him. And he's just been making up for time here, supporting Dragos.
Yeah, coward then.
You see the captain does not make a comment. He just kind of lifts his head up and continues to kind of just stare back out into the ocean.
Hey, there's something that's been bothering me with this whole expedition.
He turns around and goes, speak your mind.
Does it not concern you that we're going to war with worship a guardian of this?
I think your mic cut.
Yeah, sorry.
Yep.
Oh.
It's a guardian of the seas. Oh, god of the seas, actually.
You almost see the captain's face slightly whiten a little bit, and he goes, I understand your concern. I share the same one. I fought many of kingdoms, many villages, tribes, you name it. Monsters, creatures, it don't matter. I've never been up against a god.
Yeah, well, I suggest that we all get praying then. We're in their domain.
He looks out into like the other soldiers who are seated and just kind of goes, I don't know my crew all that much, unfortunately, as I would like to. Dragos just threw them on me. Although, I will say, I believe I did spot somebody amongst us who seems to be a worshipper of the sort. If you're looking for prayer, I'm sure they will help you.
Yeah, do tell.
He kind of like looks over and just kind of goes, unfortunately, I don't remember who it was. I just know it was a woman.
Yeah, I guess it narrows it down a bit.
He kind of like, now he fully faces all of you and with his arm still behind his back and goes, is there anything else?
I think we have everything we need.
I think that should be fine. Just keep an eye on the seas, will you?
He kind of gives you just like a... he just gives you like a firm nod and then turns back around and just keeps facing forward.
Okay. So that's him. Do we want to talk to the rest?
Do we want to?
Yeah.
I feel like the last time we messed up a bit because we didn't talk to people. So maybe we
There's
should get
two
a feel of.
particular people of interest for me is finding out who the worshipper is. Because, having them on our side or God helping us out or being in their favor would be very handy.
Okay.
And then also, I don't know, Cape Man, Gaius.
Yeah. Oh wait,
Just
yeah,
figure out
it's
his
Gaius
name.
is the one at the end, right?
Yes.
Okay, how do we spell his
Alright,
name?
we'll get to him later.
Oh, I
Okay,
suppose. Yeah.
Bye.
There we go.
All right, so
There we go.
back to making friends.
Yeah.
Okay, split up, guys. A lot of ground to cover. We're going back to the end of the boat, right?
I guess so.
Yeah. Okay. Your turn, Rye.
Soldier, how's it hanging?
Hello,
My
fellow
fellow
soldier.
man.
How's it hanging?
So you just like casually walk up to the soldier and say that. Before you see like this you see this woman. She's tall, muscular, and burly. She's got long black hair covered in tattoos. She's got horns sticking out of her head, and she's got a tail. Right away, you know that she is a tiefling.
Oh?
She looks up at you, and she casually just rests her arm over like the ledge of the ship, and she just goes, "Well, I'm hanging as much as I can. How about you?"
I'm back.
Oh,
Oh,
welcome back.
welcome back.
Yes, about the same. What brings you around these parts? What's your story?
She just kind of gives like a ha. Well, I don't really have anything to tell you, really. Don't know my parents, don't know if I have family. I was an orphan, grew up in the streets, and well, I saw that Lord Dragos was looking for soldiers, and I figured, where else could I be than living in the dumps? So here I am.
Wow, we have a similar backstory. It's very interesting. Minus the part where you sign up to be a soldier. I got kidnapped here, so it's interesting.
You see her like,
Hmm.
she lifts like one eyebrow and goes, "Kidnapped, you say?"
Yes, we got kidnapped. We got thrown on the boat.
She nods and goes, most of these folks that I've met here seems to be the same story. Seems like a lot of people didn't just want to volunteer like me.
Yeah, you're quite odd for that, I must say.
She kind of just like
Are you?
shrugs and goes, "It beats living in the streets. I can either die a glorious death or win this war and come back to a better living situation than I once was."
By serving for King Dragos? A glorious death? I don't know about that.
She kind of just like crosses her arms and just rests more on the back of the ledge and just kind of goes, "I don't follow any gods. As I said, I don't have family, and I've moved around kingdom to kingdom. Don't really have a place to call home and no one to call Lord. Dragos was the first to accept me when I came knocking at his door."
You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. I wonder if we could persuade this person, as I muttered to myself.
Is a tiefling someone that can shapeshift?
I have no clue.
I don't think so. No, I think it depends on their class.
Oh, okay.
They're like half like very naturey, if I'm correct. Tiefling.
Mm.
Naturey?
It's more like demonic
Yeah.
Vibes. They got like horns and like a tail and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, because I
right.
think tieflings are like descendants. They're like half devils, half humans. Or not necessarily not necessarily human, I guess, but they're like no, yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, I think they're half devils, half demons that like mix bred with like humans. So, and just for like lore purposes, they're like tieflings are not evil. Like even though they look like devils, they're not like they're not evil in any. I mean, there are evil tieflings, of course, but like yeah, not all. They just look that way.
Okay, fair enough.
Man.
Can I roll for insight and see if they're
Yeah, you can.
want to? I don't know.
Well, so what are you trying to like figure out?
See if they're easily persuade if they want to like join our side and like leave serving Lord Dragos.
So as far as like as you can tell, like intention wise, nothing seems to be like discerning to you in any way. She quite literally comes off as just, I'm here to fight a battle and go home. Like she's very nonchalant about things.
Wow, it's just like me for reals. Yeah, if we were to throw a mutiny, I think she would join us. As I whisper to everyone else.
She looks at you and she sticks her hand out and goes, I don't think I caught your name.
Name's Rai. Nice to meet you.
And she
I'll
like
keep an eye out for you.
she gives you like a really firm like handshake and she goes, and they call me Drusilla. And then let's go.
Ooh. Drusilla. It was nice meeting you. I'm gonna dip now.
And she kind of does like that 2-finger salute from the top of her head and kind of just like waves you off.
She's too cool, guys.
Vi remind me of Vi.
She does.
Right?
She's so swag.
Guys, who's Vi?
Arcane?
Oh, I haven't seen Arcane.
No,
What did he
have
know?
to. You have
That's
to.
crazy.
I've been told by like several people I should watch it.
Yes, you absolutely
It's
should.
a must watch.
Yeah. Your homework.
My homework.
Yeah.
Alright, next person. Chop chop.
All right. Back to Setsuki, I believe.
Talk to
Pick a
anybody.
soldier. Any soldier you want.
Mm-hmm.
Pick-
Pick people.
Pick your poison.
My God. I'll just go to the one that's very closest to me.
All right.
Hello. It's break time. Why are you still rowing the boat?
So you say this to like this. He almost comes off as elderly. You see, he's kind of got like graying blonde hair. Like again, like kind of like gray blue eyes, just pale skin, frail, and he just kind of goes, I don't really have much to do here besides rest or work, and I might as well keep working.
In your age, what does Dragos need from you? You're at retirement. Superannuation time.
He just kind of keeps rowing and goes, there is no retirement with slavery, so I'm making the most out of it.
Okay. How did you get into slavery with the also great Lord Dragos?
He just keeps rowing and staring ahead and just goes, I owned lots of farmland with my family on the outskirts of Bloodhaven. I didn't think they'd find us, but they did. And he didn't like that I was trading and selling to Maid. So he burnt my land, killed my family, and took me as prisoner.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He just
But
nods
you'll
his
be
head and
dead,
goes,
so it'll be
me
fine.
too. He looks over, like, so after this whole conversation, he finally looks over at you and goes, and who are you? What's your story?
I'm just a fox on a journey and I got caught up in the prison. I had to break free, but no success. And apparently I punched someone, and which I shouldn't supposed to punch, and I didn't know he'll die. But then he died. You know,
He nods
things
his
happen.
he nods his head and goes, you apparently punched, or you did punch.
Apparently, it wasn't proven in the court of law. yet.
Allegedly, I
Allegedly.
Hearsay, I
Allegedly.
tell you, hearsay.
He nods his head and goes, that prison is a hard one to escape. Lots of guards and people who've given up. Only one person I know of made it further deeper into the dungeon, and they found things they weren't supposed to find, and I never saw them again.
Oh, what's the name?
He just kind of shakes his head and goes, I believe his name was something like Will or William.
R.I.P. William.
You killed William?
I mean, he was never seen again.
Murderer.
I'm kind of glad we didn't go deeper into the dungeon now.
Yeah.
Shit in there. Damn.
We could have been RIP'd ourselves. Yeah, I would. We can't count on this old guy. He's at death's door, as I whisper to myself and walk away.
He just kind of like waves goodbye to you as you walk away from him. All right. Is that all for that guy?
Yeah, that's.
All right. I believe up next was Rosetta.
Alright. Hi. What's your name?
So you come up to this really short looking woman, and
Mhm.
you see her kind of just like, like one leg dangling off the bench, the other one kind of bent upwards, and she's like fumbling dice in her hand. And she goes, the name's Feline. Who are you?
I'm Rosetta. Nice to meet you. So
Uh,
how'd you get here?
She goes, nice to meet you too. And she kind of like, you see her kind of like flick the dice in her hand and then catch it and just, kind of repeat that pattern. And then she goes, well, I'm from the UGE. I was a hunter for all of the villages. I provided food. I didn't really care to call any of them home. I just helped them all. And, well, my curiosity got the best of me, and I figured I'd explore the world, as my father'd say. And I ended up in Bloodhaven, and I guess hunting without a permit on those lands is illegal, and they captured me, and, well, I'm here.
Oh. Well, that is unfortunate to hear. What are your thoughts on the god of the sea?
She goes, which one? The one we're about to fight, or the 100
the one we're
others?
about to fight. One we're about to fight.
So she kind of like stops fiddling with the dice in her hand, and she kind of just like looks up a little bit, and she goes, Goddess of the sea, Nereia. Well, I'm not exactly the biggest worshiper of gods, but I do know she belongs to the pantheon known as the 12 Mothers.
Oh.
From what I understand, she's a rather forgiving goddess, but in this case, Dragos isn't looking for forgiveness. He seems to want an all-out war with her and her people. I don't know how I feel about that, so I'm very, and you start seeing her kind of like fiddle the dice faster and goes, I'm very antsy about it.
Same here, sister.
She goes, and what is your name again?
I'm Rosetta. I'm a fairy, and I got caught up in things while on a journey, and now I'm here because my friend punched somebody.
Don't you blame it on me?
My colleague over here did
My
something.
colleague. And he got us into this shit situation right here.
The halfling, Phalide looks over and she kind of sees, the fox. And she looks back at you and goes, well, they are the mischievous beings, I suppose.
Yeah. Alright, nice to meet you.
She kind of just gives you like a little head nod and a wave.
Cool. Alright, next.
Alright, I believe it was Bear.
Alright, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk down the moat, and I'm looking for, well, one, women, but a woman with like a holy symbol of some sort, because they probably would have like a, I don't know, like a necklace or something. Maybe?
Okay, yeah. If you want to roll perception to see if you can spot any sort of like religious symbolic like symbols or something like that.
Yeah.
On somebody specifically.
Can we help him with that? Oh, never mind.
Well,
No need to help. No need to help.
Nah, he's too
Okay,
good.
yeah.
I was about to give the scenario on how, but okay, yeah, that works. So you're standing on like, because like that part of the ship is a little bit higher than the rest, so you're just kind of like scanning out about to the soldiers, and you're just kind of looking, like you see some people, you see a couple soldiers playing like dice games, and you see the rest of your party kind of like talking to various other members. You're specifically looking for like some sort of religious symbol on somebody who may give way to who they are, and eventually you do spot, I mean, where's my little, there we go, my little point. Okay, so eventually, as you're kind of scanning out and about, you do spot right here that there is a woman, and she's clutching what looks to be what you would probably recognize as like a religious token. And she seems to kind of just be like, it looks like she's muttering to herself, and she's kind of got like tears coming down.
Well, that's a good sign.
So,
Yeah, I'll go and approach it.
and from what you can tell as well, she's the only person on the ship who like is holding such an item. So,
Wait, where is she? Where is she?
Okay.
over the one that
Oh,
Bear is
yes.
up next to. Yep.
Right, okay.
Oh yeah, I guess just approach him really. Hey.
She
What you holding there?
she quickly wipes her tears with her sleeve, and then she kind of like looks up at you and goes, it's a token. I don't.
You the worshipper of Nereia, yes?
She shakes her head and goes, no, it's one of Nereia's sisters.
What?
Sisters?
She shakes her head and goes, one of the other 12 mothers.
There's 12 of them? Jeez. Okay, so which one then?
She kind of like shakily opens her hand and kind of presents the token to you, and she goes, I used to worship Thena.
What do you mean used to?
You start to see like the tears build back up in her eyes, and she goes, I used to be a temple priestess of Thena. I used to join militaries and armies, and I would pray to bring them guidance, and she would help. But in one shortcoming, I lost faith, and she didn't come to our assistance, and I watched everyone die.
Right. And you haven't found your faith ever since?
She shakes her head and goes, I went on a journey trying to find it again, but it seems all divine connections been severed with me, and I found myself in Bloodhaven. I didn't realize the 12 mothers were discouraged in that kingdom, and so I was imprisoned.
Right. I guess you and I somewhat similar. I feel a little out of touch from the deities I worship too.
She looks up at you and goes, so you understand?
In a sense.
And you see her kind of like clutch her token again really tightly, and she kind of like clamps it into her other hand, and you kind of just see her like nervously just kind of like fiddling with it, and goes, who did you worship?
The gods of nature. Holly, fig, the protectors of the forests.
She quickly nods her head and goes, I'm familiar with them. I don't know everything, but I've heard of them.
What I haven't really heard much of is these mothers. What is their deal?
She goes and says, there's 12 of them. They call themselves the Mothers. I worshipped Thena, and we're about to go to war with her sister, Nereia. As for the other 10, they are worshipped by various peoples and cultures, kingdoms. They each of them have their own domains that they rule over, and Nereia's is the sea. Is there anything specific you want to know?
Well, I guess we can start with apologies. Didn't get to introduce myself. Bear holds out this big hand.
So she takes your hand and she shakes it, and she goes, My name is Myrine.
Nice to meet you. What was the domain of your god that you had worshipped?
She looks at the token again in her hand and goes, she is the goddess of war.
suppose that makes sense, given what you told me.
She shakes her head and goes, I've been trying to find ways to contact her again, as I fear that without her assistance, we all may die.
I think that maybe you're trying to contact the wrong god. We are at the whims of Nereia out here. I don't think your goddess of war will have much of it. Well, in saying that, maybe once we do meet landfall, it would be a help. But, I suppose if she's a sister, can she contact her? Is that some way of, I guess, getting in contact with this goddess of the sea?
She shakes her head and goes, it would be possible, but I don't know if it's that I lost my faith or the gods cut me off from them. I've been trying for months now and no contact.
You wouldn't, this symbol. I'll look down at, yeah, what is this, like, token that she's got? What does it look like?
Are you trying to like glance at it, or do you just like kind of casually want her to like show you?
Yeah, I kind of just gesture at it and be like, what is it?
So she opens her hand up and she shows the token, and it seems to be what it looks to be made out of like pure gold, and it's about the size, like maybe half the size of her palm. And I suppose maybe for you that's probably like still small, but to her it's about half the size of her palm. And on one side of the token, it seems to be like kind of think of like the side view engraved of Thena, and then she flips the coin over and it's like the symbol of like a shield and then a sword placed over it.
Okay.
And she kind of just like holds on to it, but then she kind of like looks up and goes, would you like the token?
Are you willing to give it away that freely?
She looks down at it and goes, I fear it served its purpose with me. Maybe it'll find new purpose with you.
I'm not so sure about that, but look, to be honest, it's an uncomfortable situation. I'll take anything that can give me an edge.
And she takes, you see her before she like puts it in your hand. She takes her hand and she places it over the token. And for just a brief second, you see what looks to be just a sparing glimpse of a glow as she hovers her hand over it and then places it in your hand. And then she goes, please take good care of this, as I'm sure it will with you.
Right. I'll make sure to treasure it.
And then I will add that to your inventory. All right. So if you refresh your character sheet, it should now be in your backpack labeled as Token of Thena.
I had one more question.
She looks up at you and goes, yes, what is it?
You wouldn't happen to know the symbol of Nereia, would you?
She nods her head quickly and goes, similar to Thena. Her tokens resemble the side of her face, and the other half would be ocean waves and a trident.
I suppose it's a long shot, but do you reckon you could draw it?
She shakes her head and goes, I can, yes. Do you have a pen and parchment?
Yeah. 1 second. Rosetta.
Yes.
Where
What's
we
up?
gonna get
You
a paper?
look like someone who can write.
Yeah.
You wouldn't happen to have some paper or something you can write with on you?
I do, in fact. Okay, what you want me to write down?
Rosetta's educated.
Yeah.
Yeah, sophisticated fairy.
I'm a researcher.
Yeah, I'll bring her over. And yeah, give her the parchment and whatever writing utensil you have.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'll just take it out me bag. Do we have our stuff with us?
Yes, you guys have your equipment back.
Okay, shit, nice. Okay, I'll give you my pen and paper. Oh, wait, no, I have to write it. What's up? What do you want me to write?
I was gonna hand it to her so she could draw it.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead. Hold on. Let me scooch on over. There you go. Pen and paper.
What are we drawing?
Yeah, what did I
So
miss,
it's
by the way?
this- Oh, okay. I've been having a chat with this lady who was a worshipper of Thena.
Correct. Yep.
It was like a part of the 12 mothers who are like, I guess, like goddesses of all different kind of domains, and one of them is Nereia, and Thena is like the sister of her. So I'm like trying to figure out. Well, I've been given like a symbol of Thena, like a token. She
Mhm.
seemed very willing, give it away. And now I'm asking for like the symbol of Nereia so I can like recognize it and maybe use that in some sort of prayer or something. I don't know. We'll see how we go.
Alright.
Yeah, for the
Draw
meantime.
it down, lady.
So so she takes the paper and pen, and she, like, you notice that she closes her eyes and she begins drawing out of memory, but she doesn't open her eyes once.
Whoa,
And
those are some skills.
and on the top of the paper, she draws like the side view of what is supposed to be Nereia, and then on under that drawing, she does a second drawing of like what looks to be kind of like crashing ocean waves, and then hovering over it seems to be like the top half of a trident. And then she finishes drawing, and then she hands back like the pen back to Rosetta, and then hands the paper to Bear.
Thanks for that. Hopefully this will, I don't know, help us with safe passage.
She nods her head and goes, "If you need anything else, just let me know."
Thank you.
All right. If you refresh again, you should now have it in your inventory, labeled as drawing of Nereia's symbols.
Cool.
Awesome, awesome. So was that it for her?
Yeah, I think for now.
Nice, nice. I believe Rye is up.
Yep. Well, my character is puking. Hold on.
Every 2 rounds, let's go. Bear should be puking too at this point.
For real.
Blech.
It's like, yeah, that's just kind of like happening mid-conversation. It's just like the ultimate.
Just judging
Oh
you.
wait, hold on. BRB again.
Right.
Well, I suppose it's probably just dry heaving at this point. Like it's all just come up.
I'm not feeling good, Mr. Stark.
Yeah.
6 months of this. I don't think I can survive, guys. I still think like we should make Rosetta go find pirates or something. Get some help and get us out of here. But I guess we'll do the safe route and ask around. I guess we're still investigating, right?
I mean, hey, if that's what you guys want to do, that is entirely up to you.
I feel like there's a caveat there if that's what you want to do.
Hey, I wanted to push people off the boat, man.
It's entirely up to you guys. That is your choices.
Get it? Or I had an idea, but like, right?
What's your right?
You do your thing.
What's your idea?
I have something called charm.
What?
I wanted to use it on Phineas.
Oh, you're trying to charm him?
Yeah, you take like, what does it read? It is you attempt to charm a humanoid you can see within range. It must make a wisdom saving throw and does so with advantage if you or your companions are fighting it. If it fails the saving throw, it is charmed by you until the spell ends or until you or your companions do anything harmful to it. The charmed creature regards you as friendly acquaintance. When the spell ends, the creature knows it was charmed by you. So can we like...
Can you explain like I'm 5? That's a lot.
Yeah. Can we like charm Phineas and like dock the ship?
Well, when we last spoke to him, I couldn't tell if he was like if he wanted to do his own thing or still serve under Lord Dragos, or if we persuaded him, would he have bent over? I don't know.
I don't know. Like he seemed like relatively chill, but like also, the thing with charm is it only lasts so long, right? We're already like a day out.
1 day? Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah. It's 6 months to go. So yeah, but like I get the impression that a lot of people on this boat don't particularly want to be here, but just kind of have to be because of some reason or another.
To survive, I guess.
Yeah,
live,
pretty much.
or have no choice.
I'm getting very stir crazy in this bloody boat.
Yeah,
If we
it's
could
Too much
maybe-
talking. Too
Only
much
1 day.
talking.
Charm would be good if we found like maybe the other who was the other guy? The guy at the back of the ship.
Come back.
Because
Which
maybe
guy?
he won't be like as giving for like I don't know. Charm's good for like getting information essentially.
Yeah, because another thing with
being a bit gruff.
Yeah, because another thing with charm as well is that charm doesn't just like magically allow you to tell people what to do. It only works as long as it's within that character's like personality to do said thing.
Interesting.
That's a shit spell then.
What are we trying to do now?
What
Are
you
we
want is
fighting
like a mind
someone?
control
Alright,
spell.
Countess.
What's
Wait,
the
what are we
point of
doing?
it?
Like there would have to be very like it would work in the sense of it'll give you leverage if you had a justifiable reason for why you want him to do what you want him to do. But if it's like something that seems like out of the way, out of character to make him do like command, which is a whole different thing, then in that case you would have to have like a really good reason to try to get him to dock the ship. If you succeeded.
We've
Wait,
tried to
Hannes.
charm.
Where?
We're thinking of charming Captain Phineas, but
Oh.
apparently this spell is.
Is our goal just trying to escape the ship?
I mean, ideally you want to get off it as quickly as possible, right?
Yeah, 6 months is way too long, man.
How many people we have to talk to?
Like how many people are left?
3, 4, 5.
It just is right. Like it's either we go out to war fighting this like god of the sea or the people worshipping them, or go back to Dragos. And I feel like most of the people on this ship don't want to go back to Dragos because they're just gonna either get murdered or have their families killed or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't
Okay.
think a mutiny is gonna be kind of hard to pull off.
So what can we do? Pretend we're all dead.
We stab the captain.
Uh-huh.
Take
What?
control of the ship. I mean, if like we could just like, because we are in just a boat now, right? Like we
Mhm.
don't
Yeah.
particularly have to go back to Bloodhaven if we did take control of
We
it.
could
like,
just
could
sail
go-
off somewhere else.
Nobody said go
Yeah.
about going back. I'm just like, find an island, make our own country, build a
Yeah.
wall.
Start civilization. Yeah.
So we stab the captain.
Oh,
I
unless you
mean,
guys want to talk to the other
That's-
6 people that's on the
that's
bloody
an
boat. Can we have a group
I just wanna- I
conversation?
was gonna do
Can we have a
something.
group conversation? Like, can we just have like a
Yeah,
gathering?
well, we could like.
Oh, we stab
Oh,
Gaius.
you mean like the party or like everyone on the boat?
No, just like all the other 6 people just gather around.
Oh,
and
just
tell us
gather
what
the
to
rest
do.
of
Hey,
them.
you lot. Come around. Gonna go around in a circle
Fucking
and tell
bloody
each other your
sick.
names.
Okay, let's pass a note to all these people we haven't spoken to. We'll meet at like the back of the boat. We'll have a group conversation.
We have so many people.
Yeah, I'm not too like fussed about. a lot
Oh,
of
sorry, I
the
deleted
others.
that. Can I
But
get that?
Yes, that guy who you deleted, that was the man I was like most interested in.
I was just
speaking
like to
to.
move the.
Did you just kill Gaius?
This is gone. He fell off the back of the ship.
Another person he punched. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
War. Horror war. Terrible war.
Yeah, because like so
Alright.
far, I feel like everyone on this ship doesn't really want to be here, but kind of have to be. But if he's...
Rosetta can talk to the one that's very close to her.
We stab someone.
Ooh.
Can we choose violence?
Getting bored.
'Cause if we
So
kill
many-
the captain, someone has to take over, right? The person who stabbed them.
Oh,
Yeah,
don't
You
you
know,
trying to
maybe
become
Gaius will take over.
Not you trying to become captain.
I'm not. I'm just trying to control the boat so we could just go do things.
But yeah, I also feel bad too because he's also a victim. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
anyone wants to be.
Okay, we won't kill him. We'll just injure him.
I mean, it's either us or
Well, injure
him,
him.
and I
Also, other
choose
than-
us.
Under the whatever that thing is. All the food
It's
is.
either us or him. I choose us.
We poison him.
Can we coerce him into anything?
Huh?
I don't know. Like, or we use talk no jutsu to get him on our side.
See, that's why I was trying to charm him, but apparently charm has a lot of caveats that I
Oh, not exactly charm, you know.
It kind of works. It's essentially like making someone more friendly towards you, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
this
Yeah.
is just like the gist.
More
of it.
amiable.
But
Okay.
if you were like, go kill a man, they'd be like, maybe not.
about-
That's crazy.
You want to kill Gaius so bad.
But if it was like a favor kind of thing, like like my
Mm.
friends would do, then yeah.
Yeah,
So
how
it's
about
good
we
for,
just
like, upping their
don't-
disposition.
How about we just don't fight the goddess, the of the sea?
the boat
Wait.
is just going there. We can't. Well, that's what it.
Yeah, we
the
could
boat is just-
reroute somewhere else. You know, find somewhere else to go.
Well,
But
apparently-
I've been
actually,
doing this for 30 years.
Actually, the charm might be really good for being like, hey, can we have a look at the map?
Oh.
That's
don't
just
we
like
know
a
the
small
map
kind of
already?
favor, maybe. And then maybe we can get a better idea if there's any other options.
Okay. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Not like we have many
Charm.
options anyway. All right. Who has
Sad.
charm?
Oh, do they know that you have charmed them though? Is that?
So once the
little thing.
charm thingy goes away, they know.
Oh, okay. And that's also
Oh.
another thing to think about.
How long does it last? Oh, 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour.
I mean, it's not like we asked anything bad. We just took a look at the map. That's it. Just curious. You know, how far along we are.
Yeah. I mean, you could even just straight up try and use diplomacy there.
The other thing is, I can just go produce flame and all go up in flames at this
Yeah,
point.
but we have 2 people here that are afraid of the sea. You know?
Yeah. Please don't burn the boat down. I don't want to drown.
Unless you build me a separate boat or something.
So many oars, but so many little people to row them. I
It's
just
like 3 each, okay? 3 oars per person.
I can't row anything, so it's just you guys.
That's the weakest link right there.
Yep.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Technically, I can just fly off right now.
Do it.
Go!
Do it.
Do it!
Do it.
Pirates, bro! I'm telling you.
Fly. Can I actually do that?
I mean, you can, yeah, but let me see. Let me see what. Okay, hold up. Let me do a little research here real quick.
This
Like,
fairy's
what's
gonna go 5
nearby?
blocks.
There has to be like fishermen somewhere.
She's gonna go 5
pirates.
blocks, get fatigued, and fall in the water.
She'll be
Hey!
fine. She'll be fine. She's buried.
I can fly for long periods, okay? Do you want to
See?
get off this boat or not, Shun? Have a little more
Exactly.
faith.
You can stay here, Shun. You can stay here.
Oh my god, too many people to
I'll take my
talk to.
chances.
Take your chance. Well, you playing with her life, not you.
We're still on this boat, bro. Our lives.
Yeah.
Well, Rosetta's the one who's gonna drown.
No, I can fly.
No, she won't. She can fly.
Then won't she get fatigued, like flying?
Yeah, I guess
Isn't
it's
it
a
like
I'm
a-
matter
sure
of
there's
how
a rock
long.
somewhere she could land and rest. Okay.
In the middle of the vast ocean.
Yeah. There's always shit in the ocean floating
In a
around.
reef or something. Yeah.
Okay, flying takes less energy than walking, probably.
What's your total energy consumption?
No clue. 0 clue. It's okay.
Okay. So you okay? So I did a little bit of research.
Hmm?
So it says that you okay. So if you were to travel for like an entire day,
Yeah.
let's see. Okay, no, not an entire day. If you were to do like what's considered like 8 hours of continuous travel, you would be able to cover about close to, oh boy, I don't know if this is going to translate well. 30 miles?
Hold the phone.
Is
30
it?
miles, what's in kilometers?
30 miles to kilometers.
That's what I was about to ask.
That's 40 kilometers. That's not very far.
That's not very far.
Maybe
And-
for a boat.
And that's also that's being said that you travel in like 8 hours of no rest, which again, there's no way to rest because there is going to be no other islands or boats or shores as far as you know. And that means that you have the risk of getting exhaustion. And
I knew that.
And I have to fly back to y'all.
right, and then the boat is still going forward, so it's getting further and
Yeah.
further.
And I wouldn't know where you guys are.
I
Also,
played
not to
enough World of
mention,
Warcraft.
Okay, guess we'll die.
You would also have to roll survival, so that way you can try to navigate your way back to shore. Otherwise, you could go completely the whole wrong direction, just traveling oversea.
Oh, this sounds.
What if the
Like a
also
terrible
another
idea.
thing it said to keep in mind is weather? What if it's like a terrible storm and heavy winds?
Bro, come on, man.
I've played enough World of Warcraft in my lifetime to know that anything with flying, there's a lot of caveats.
Dang it.
So no pirates to our rescue then.
No.
I mean, there's potential pirates could show up.
6 months travel.
Sure,
All I'm gonna say is, do your best.
okay.
Uh,
I think our
And-
best is gonna be talking to people at this point.
I
Yeah.
reckon try
Alright.
and
We
get
just
like a
stab
look at the
someone.
map. Let's try and convince the captain to to have us a little look-see.
Yeah, we could.
I don't want to go talk to what's his face at the back. I want to see what his deal is.
Okay, I'll go ask for the
Fine.
map. Yo, Phineas. Where are we?
Mans.
Can't you see the map?
Phineas just like turns around to you, just like nonchalantly going, "Yo!"
Oh man. Hey, homie.
He just kind of like lifts an eyebrow and goes, "You want to see the map?"
Yeah, see, I want to know how far along we are. You know, just to get a gauge on the journey. And I know you said 6 months, but maybe we could make it there in, let's say, 5 months, you know?
He looks at you and just goes,
If I could help us find a way,
She's a nerd, alright?
like, if I could help us find a faster way there. I know you're inexperienced and all, but, you know, saying.
He just
It would
looks
do
at
us all some good.
and goes, "If you want to make it there in 5 months, that means every single one of you will need to put in overtime."
No, I'm not saying extra work. I'm saying a faster route there, you know? Like a shortcut.
He legit like pulls the map out and opens it up and shows you, and he points at the map and goes, "It's straight across."
Well, I annoyed him into taking out the map. Let's go. All right.
We can study it.
Yeah, I'm trying to study it. How do I need to roll anything?
Let me see. It looks like in order to, so what are you like trying to study it for? Like,
I guess nearby islands or like somewhere we could, or somewhere else we could sail to.
okay.
That's
So yeah, you could do like an investigation check.
okay. Please roll good. Please
I'll
roll
say
good.
you need
Oh
a
my God.
DC 15 or higher in order to like make some notable connections to like if there's islands
Fudge.
nearby and
That's crazy, bro.
so you, as he's showing you the map and he's pointing his finger at it, you're taking the time to like look around this map and try to spot anything. And aside from like the country you guys just came from and then the country you guys are heading to, it's mostly just open water. You do see like what seems to be like little symbols here and there on the map, but you just can't quite like make out what it is. Like you don't know if they're like little countries, islands, or anything. Like it's hard to make out what it is.
Dang it. Okay, we're stuck here for 6 months then. Okay,
I
but
say
at least we
stab
gotta
him.
look at them. Setsuki, you want to do the honors?
Of stabbing him.
Yeah.
Oh, it's... I think we kill him. We just stab him.
Okay, wait, let me look at my
Yeah,
spells.
we're not gonna kill him. We're just gonna mildly maim him. That's
Yeah.
fine. We won't get to that.
And then we'll toss him in the food storage and be like, "Oh, he fell off the ship, guys. We're the captains now."
What does bite STR mean?
What does what?
What? What?
Strength?
In my strength and dexterity. Okay, I'll hit him with
Yeah.
like bite strength.
Did you say you'll kill
Right,
him with a
right.
bite?
No, I'll hit
Not
him.
kill.
Just injure him a little bit.
All right.
Put him into like unconsciousness.
Okay.
Something
I-
about your
I-
tone tells me we shouldn't be doing this.
I know, right?
Something about your tone says, this is a bad idea.
Almost
He's gonna
like
give him
you
like
shouldn't go
500 health or
around
something.
No, you
persuading people on the phone.
you guys got this. I mean, you can go ahead.
Uh-huh. Can
What
bite.
does the captain
and
have on him, by the way, like in terms of equipment?
A
Sword,
sword.
wasn't it? And armor.
Roll perception.
Oh
I'm not gonna do
man.
it because I'm on the other end of the ship. But
All right. Okay. No worries.
Better
We
start
got
running.
this. You're.
But just from generally seeing the guy, he's wearing like think of like the traditional like the old English like captain outfits with like the what do you call it, like the fancy coat with the big like cloak cape that kind of drapes over it, and then underneath that he's wearing kind of like armor.
he's got the cool hat. as well.
Yeah, he's got the cool hat.
Apparently I'm blind.
Whoa!
Well,
You're standing
to
right.
be honest, I'm not at the front of the boat.
Oh.
Okay, I'm in the middle. I can't see shit.
Is 13 good enough?
I mean, aside from what I just kind of like generically explained, the most I would say is you're able to determine that he's got both like a sword, he's got a spear, he does have kind of like satchels or like kind of like I would say maybe like bags kind of like hanging on him. You've seen him a couple times whip out like those little telescopes. But
Okay.
Still his stuff.
as far as things go, he looks just like a generic captain.
Seems like a cool dude.
Yeah.
Have to stab him.
But we don't. Well, we don't have to stab him. You know how
Also,
that
we
went.
could persuade him.
Wait,
How
Well-
are we gonna take control of the boat, man?
Yeah, that's true. So.
Unless we gather everyone, intimidate.
Or we can just. Yeah, what can we do? What are our options, man? Other than stabbing him. Plus, he seems pretty cool despite everything.
We rope him up, dump him into the food storage.
Uh-huh.
Anybody has rope? Because I don't.
I think I do.
I
feel
might
we
have
should
some rope
make
Do
as
I?
sure
well.
we have
Am I
like,
lying?
the support of the other people on this boat before we try mutiny.
Yeah, I feel like we should. I have some rope. I have 50 feet of rope.
Same. Just
Yeah,
go
I've
up
got
to
so
like
much
each of
rope.
them. They're like, "Do you want to join
I
us?
don't.
Yeah.
Do you want to join a mutiny?
Yeah.
I don't care about your backstory. Yes or no? Let's just
Yes.
go."
Let's do that. I don't want to know about their backstory as well. So much.
I'm gonna ask the elf first since she seemed the cool, like super
I
cool.
think we should
And the
talk to
tiefling
the-
as well.
first. What about these 5 people?
Which 5 people? From the front, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we could ask for their stories, you know, get to know them.
Why'd you put
She
so
did not
many
want to do that.
people?
I mean, we could do it real quick.
Speed run.
I
Speed
like
run,
this
speed
guy.
run. Yeah, come on. Time to talk,
Why-
guys.
Why are you here?
Put on your most charming smile.
It's okay.
What's your story? Top.
All
Hurry
right,
up.
we'll start at the very top for Setsuki. Okay, hold up. Who have we already gone through? Okay, we did you. Okay. Before you is a gnome.
Gnome.
So what did you say to the gnome?
I was like, why you guys are why is there no strong people on this boat? Like, oh my god.
Well,
Oh, why is that need?
what did you say to the gnome?
Why are you here? What brings you here?
So you
Why
see
are
this,
rowing this boat?
you just see like this little guy, you know, he's kind of got muscular arms, and he's just like, well, I only joined because I was trying to, well, I made a bad invention and I accidentally killed a lot of people, so I figured last resort is join an army of a sort and get the hell out of there.
A mad scientist, let's go!
What's your name?
He sticks his hand out and goes, the name's Hester.
Thank you. Bye.
No,
Short
no,
and
no.
sweet.
Next person, Setsuki, don't walk away. There's other people.
He just looks at you like, he just goes, oh, okay. All right, Rye?
Soldier, how's it going? Let's just say if there was a mutiny on the ship, what are the odds of you joining? Yes or no?
So, before you is like this, about maybe 6'2" tall, big, muscular, green dragonborn.
Oh god.
Oh.
Okay.
He looks at you with like kind of just like this, almost not a glare, but just a very just deadpan face. And he goes, "Mutiny, you say?" And you see kind of like this grin go across his face. And he goes, "I got nothing left but my life. What do you have in mind?"
That's a great question. We haven't thought of a plan yet, but it's good to know. It's good to know.
Yeah.
No plan, not in.
But yet, if we have a plan, you're in.
If we come back.
Please.
Is Rosetta just like calling out, like overhearing this conversation?
He is.
Yep.
And he just looks back at Rosetta and goes, "Multiple people, no plan, equals suicide. I'll fight, but I won't willingly die."
Oh my god, you
Okay.
could help us make a plan as well. You know, you don't have to be a boohoo about it.
Are you shouting that towards him?
Yes, I am shouting at this point.
Okay.
I'm just done.
Phineas can hear you though.
He's too busy listening to the ocean. He can't hear us.
So the Dragonborn looks over at Setsuki now and just goes, "Ah, there's more. Tell me, little ones, how do you plan to succeed?" And now at this point, he's like standing up and kind of like towering over you guys.
Oh. Should we just... Like, I'm whispering to our gang here. Should we tell him that we should... I don't know. We want to stab him or rope him up? The captain?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, I look back at him. Our plan is to either lightly stab him, maybe rope him up and dump him in the food storage. Thoughts?
He just like looks at you with like this like these like bewildered eyes, and then they eventually calm down and he just goes, "Yeah, I'm in."
Yes! Guys, we got him.
Let's go.
Oh. You hold that thought, sir. We'll be RB.
All right, next person. Hi, what's your name and what are your thoughts on mutiny?
Hold on.
Didn't ask for this guy's name, I forgot. Just dragon?
No.
Just son.
There we go. Okay. So, what did Rosetta ask again? Sorry.
What's your name and what are your thoughts on mutiny?
So before you see this big muscular he's got kind of like this very yellow greenish skin. He's also about around 6 feet tall, maybe a little bit taller. Looks like he's definitely seen his fair share of battles. And he looks at you and goes, "They call me Jorund." And then he just kind of like stands up and looks down on this little fairy and goes, "Mutiny from a fairy."
You have a problem with that?
"Tell me, little bug, what will you bring to this mutiny?"
The brains.
Oh my god,
No,
not
the
racism.
planning.
He crosses his arms and he goes, "Ah, the captain did assign you to navigate ahead."
That's right.
And then,
And we have other people on board with us as well. It's not just me.
so he kind of
According
like,
to my colleagues. Yep.
so he looks at you a little bit and kind of goes, "There's around 15 soldiers on this ship. Not including the others near us. Don't you
Oh.
think that'll be a little suspicious to see this ship fall behind?"
Oh my god, these warships! I just did not realize.
We could say that we sunk or, got thrown overboard. I mean, we'll come up with something. We're still in the planning stages of this mutiny. But we'll get there. We'll think of something.
He sits back down and just kind of goes, "Come back to me when you actually have a plan.
But that means you would be on board?
Do you have a plan?"
We will eventually.
He just goes, "Huh. I'll think about it."
Okay, that's not a no.
Those are some good odds, methinks.
Yeah. Alright, next person.
All right. Wait. What about Bear?
He BRB right now, I
I
think.
just got
BRB.
back.
Oh, you got back.
Oh, welcome back. Who you
Where is
talking
Bear?
to?
Oh, at the back.
Yeah.
You talking to
got
Gaius?
Oh, you were gonna
Yeah,
talk to
yeah.
Gaius, yeah.
Kind of like stumble up to him, looking quite ill.
Hey, man. Sorry.
Is he brought his back to me? Like he's looking out the back of the ship?
Yeah, he's kind of just like standing tall, like back straight, chest out, and he's just kind of like arms crossed, just like gazing across the sea, making sure there's nobody following or anything like that.
Right. I guess I'll just like tap him on the shoulder and be like, "Hey, nice cape."
He like turns around and goes, "Ah, thank you. What
Don't call me
are
Bear.
you exactly?"
What do you mean?
He like looks around you and just kind of goes, "Ah, you look human enough, I guess. What's your name?"
That's kind of rude, but you can call me.
I think your mic cut out. Sorry.
You can call me Bear. Is it?
Gaius does kind of like a like a military salute. Like he brings his hand to his head and he kind of like salutes to you. And he goes, "Bear. Well then, good to meet you. I am Gaius, second in command of this ship."
Right. You seem like the serious type. How did you find yourself here?
He just kind of like chuckles at the serious statement and just kind of follows it with like a "Sure, you can say that. Well, I've been here. I've lost track now, sometime maybe 5, 10 years or so. I used to be a squire, became a knight, and well, things didn't work out for me.
I heard a bit.
He just kind of nods and goes, "So everyone tells me."
So, you're not exactly here because you want to be either, right?
Kind of like shakes his head a little bit and just goes, "Yeah, something like that. But it's all I've got."
Is it really? It's not much. Just having a look around.
He just kind of goes, "Most people who are exiled from one of the main kingdoms are usually not welcome in other kingdoms. Bloodhaven was the only one that took me in."
See, this is what I'm talking about, the serious type. You people in your societies, who needs it?
He kind of like crosses his arms a little bit and like kind of like generally faces like this direction, kind of looking outwards. And he kind of just goes, "Well, it's all I've known, and it's all I've been raised with. I figured, why start over and learn something else when I can just pick up where I left off somewhere else?"
What, and be a slave or a pawn in some, like, evil king's game? Honestly, you prefer that over being a hermit in a forest?
He just kind of like looks back at you and goes, "I don't know about you, but I don't think I'd want to be a hermit in the forest. I have higher duties to attend to."
It's not too bad, don't knock it till you try it.
Kind of thinks for a moment and goes, "Before I was exiled, I've been on plenty of missions. I've spent my fair share in the UGE. At most, it's alright. But I liked my life in the kingdom."
So you'd rather work for Dragos then?
If it means I get to keep my role and keep serving and leading people, then yes.
Yeah, so consumed by war and this honor and glory. I don't get it at all.
He just shakes his head a little bit and goes, "You're right. But most don't understand." And he kind of like walks a little bit to the ledge and places his hands on it and kind of rests a little bit and just kind of goes, "Trust me. It took a long time for me to get used to the lifestyle, and once I did, it's something you can't just leave."
Yes, I suppose. Tell me, how many more of ships like this are on their way to this wall?
He kind of like looks down for a minute to kind of like just in general, like it looks like he's thinking, and he just goes, "Phineas would have the accurate answer, but I would estimate that since this is a full-scale war, probably around 13 ships."
Whoa.
It's not much. Doesn't it really feel like to you that we're sort of fodder?
He shakes his head and goes, "It's not. I'm more used to 13 to 20 ships filled with at least 50 to 60 men apiece. Each of these ships only have 13 to 15 men.
Really seems like they're just sending us to our deaths. And you're okay with that?
So he kind of like shakes his head like back and forth and goes, "No, I am not okay with that. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure you and I and everyone else survives in our crew."
I suppose there are some perks for the honorable sort. I guess I appreciate that.
He just kind of shakes his head and goes, "We still have a long ways to get back to this island. If you ever need any form of training, if you're ever uncomfortable, just let me know. I'm specialized in swords."
How about training my stomach so it doesn't throw up every 10 minutes?
You see him kind of like let out a little smirk and goes, "Yeah, there's training for that too." And then you see him kind of like take his hand into like a fist, and then he kind of like does that. He kind of like pounds at his stomach like 2-3 times.
Suppose it's something I got to get used to if we're gonna be here for 6 months. What a pain.
He just goes, "If you're looking to stay entertained while on the ship during these downtime hours, I see that there's a couple soldiers here who carry various things on them from wherever they came from. Dice, cards. Some of them believe in those gods, as they call it. I'm sure that's what we're facing up against, according to Dragos, but I'm sure it's just another warlord who pissed him off."
Yes, you're not a man of faith then.
He shakes his head and goes, "I've done too much studying to know that. If these gods exist, why wouldn't they just reveal themselves to us, make us actually worship them? What's all the mysteriousness to it? I don't see the point."
Yeah, study is looking in the wrong place. You don't get it. It's spirituality. You will understand the signs if you understand the gods, and it is obvious you do not.
He kind of like backs off the ledge now and kind of faces you and goes, "Well then, Mr. Bear, if you would like to educate me, I'll make you a deal. Teach me about your gods, and I'll train that stomach of yours." And then he kind of like takes his hand and like pats your shoulder.
I suppose it's not a bad trade. Later though.
He just kind of like just gives you a nod, and then he kind of like goes back to his post.
Alright, it wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
It might be a problem if we try to do mutiny, but yeah.
Well, maybe first. It seems like he won't budge at all.
Yeah, it's a pretty stubborn individual.
Yeah. That's a shame. That's a shame.
Well, he's gonna get stabbed as well.
Thrown overboard.
All right. Who is it? Are we back at Rosetta again?
Yeah, sure. All right. Hey, what's your name and your thoughts on mutiny?
So you approach this half elf looking woman, and She turns towards you, and she doesn't look frail in any way. She definitely looks like she's well built and kind of like very toned out. And she crosses her legs and sticks her hand out to shake your hand and goes, "The name's Kayla. Mutiny?"
Yep.
She just kind of draws her hand back and goes, "So, you don't have any respect for the people on this ship, do you?"
It's
I
out of
was
respect
waiting
that.
for the person who was going to be like, "I'm telling."
Oh.
Throw her
No.
over the board.
Well, see, it's out of
That's-
respect of everybody here that I want us out, and living our best lives. That is not war. Don't you want to be out and about, frolicking around instead of
want
fearing for your
freedom.
lives
She
every
just
single day?
she just goes, "Oh, let me guess. You see the pointy ears and think I'm just another elf out there, do you?"
What's that supposed to mean? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
She kind of stands up very standoffishly and goes, "I'm half human too. I have pride. I'm not out in the fields picking flowers."
Well, you're a bitch. I'm gonna throw you over the boat.
Oh
Well,
my god.
I have. I'm not stereotyping or saying anything bad. I have elf friends.
Yeah, I'm half elf. Hold on. I'm half elf here. I want my freedom. Bro, what?
Not that I have elf friend.
Yeah.
Me.
Kayla goes. She just goes, "Friends? And you a halfie too? Listen. I joined this military willingly because I have a future that I want to craft of my own. I'm not going to sit back and be a human who just blatantly makes assumptions about people. I'm not here to be an elf and just, as you put it, frolic in the fields. I'm here to make a name for myself, and if it means fighting this war against this goddess, then so be it."
Oh.
I want to throw hands with her now.
Well, I
So
know
it's like
who
a
is the
punch
first person we'll throw overboard. We're
Before
not
the
saying this out loud.
captain.
We're not saying this out loud.
We're
Just
whispering
saying.
this.
Yeah.
Just trading glances and shit.
She looks between the
Saying it
three
through
of
our
you,
eyes.
and then she goes, "So what? Takes 3 of you to take me on? You guys that scared?"
I guess we're fighting.
No, we're not.
guess
We're
we're
not.
fighting.
We're not to other
I guess
people.
we're
She
fighting.
started first.
It's like, whoa, down. We're not that serious. Okay, damn. Well, I hope you have fun on your journey.
Pretend we didn't say anything.
Useless.
Let's just do
Yeah.
that, guys.
You know what? We don't know you. We have never talked to you before.
We weren't even here.
Yeah.
She's gonna knock. She's gonna knock.
You think she's
gonna
gonna
knock.
go?
She's gonna knock.
Um,
We have to quiet her.
How?
Yeah.
Push her off.
How? Hold on. Let me see. Let me check my spells. Hold on.
Just like freaking.
Sucker
What's your
punch.
what's
Push
your
her
main
over.
what's your main spell? What's it called again?
sleep.
The chromatic orb.
Chromatic orb her face.
That's
half the
my.
boat gone, bro.
Blast a whole chunk of the ship off.
It's okay. She deserves it.
I've got no spells for this other than maybe getting my cat to supervise her or some.
Maybe you can stick your cat on her to keep watch. So if she goes
Yeah.
while we interviewing that one last person.
We could. I could get my cat to just stand in the shadows or something. Stare
Yeah.
at her. Could I?
Bitch.
You can, yes, but your cat, I would say, would have to continuously keep rolling for like sneaking.
Oh man. Oh, okay. I'm not very confident in that.
I'll say like if you do succeed, it'll be for a very long period of time before you have to re-roll again, though.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
Let's
why
go
not?
gambling.
Let's go gambling.
This game is too hard.
Okay.
I just want to punch the shit out of her.
I cast it find familiar, so my cat's on board now.
Be like, yeah, no problem punching the other guy.
I mean, I started it. Might as well finish it.
You're like
Yay.
sucker punch a person per se.
Yay.
All right, so what? Are you having the cat kind of like hide under the bench here, kind of like?
Yeah.
All right.
I guess I'll look out. Do I have to roll it now?
Yeah. So without any like applied bonuses, I would say roll stealth.
Oh, how do I do that?
So you can use your normal character sheet. Just don't add the applied bonuses. So for example, if you look down like your skills, go all the way down to where it says stealth, and just click on the +2, and then whatever you get, just subtract the 2.
Oh, okay. Please, 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 please. Don't ruin this for me. I don't know what I rolled. What's this? That's not very high. That's okay. Well, no sneaking around then.
So what I will say is that the cat is successfully under the bench, but the cat's tail is like floating like past the seat. So if Kayla were to turn around, she would see the tail.
No, okay, just
Oh my god, get cat together.
hide your tail, girl. Don't expose your tail. Alright, well that's that. Next person. We've still got 1, 2, no. 1, 2, 3 people to talk to?
You got,
Oh wait, we talked to this guy already.
I think you got two soldiers left, but the other 2 you have talked to. You guys just didn't get their names.
Oh. Okay, cool. Why didn't we get their names?
I don't know.
Yeah, anyway,
Okay.
2 more to go. What's up, gang?
How's the ocean treating you?
So you approach this another human, and he looks just like probably like just your typical middle-aged guy. He's got like shaggy like brown hair and brown eyes. He just looks around and goes, well, it's treating me as good as it can be. I guess we're gonna be here for a while, so gotta get used to it.
Not wrong, not wrong. Your name, sir?
He like sticks his hand out and kind of like goes to like shake all of your hands and goes, "No, my apologies. The name's Lysander."
Oh, Lysander Ross. Just kidding. Hi, Lysander. I'm Rosetta. That's Rye. That's Setsuki. What's your story? How'd you end up here?
He goes, well, I'm very familiar to the ocean. I used to be a sailor for several kingdoms, different jobs, different things. However, on my last voyage, we got raided by pirates, and I watched every single one of them get executed for no reason at all, and I jumped off the ship not knowing whether I was going to live or die, and luckily I washed up on shore, and it happened to be Bloodhaven. Unluckily, they did not let me go, and here I am. They're putting my talents to use.
So, should there be a chance to get out of here, would you?
He looks up, and you see kind of like this devious like grin on his face, and he goes, what do you have in mind?
A little mutiny, perhaps.
He like looks over to his blade, and he goes, If we have the people and a solid plan, just tell me what my role is. I'd be more than happy to escape.
Very nice. We got a person on our side. Let's
You know
go.
what? I think we should stick
What?
Isianda on
What?
Kayla.
Wait, on
Stick
who?
with
Oh, on
guy.
Kayla.
On Kayla.
I'll get him to stab her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your
Oh,
first role.
yeah, she needs to go because she's like the most. She's a knock.
I mean, like, the Dragonborn and the Half-Orc are right there. Like, between the two of them, they could just, like, pick her up, throw her. she'll be
Yeah.
fine.
True.
And they were pretty on board, relatively.
No,
Alright, one
I know, but
person is-
Isianda was more like, gung ho
Yeah,
about
he's
joining
down.
us. So
He's ready.
Mm,
He's the most on about this.
Bored.
Yeah.
yeah.
Alright, cool. Next person.
See you
Hello,
later.
person.
bye.
Hello there.
All
Your
right.
name?
So you walk up to this elf woman. She has like crystal blue eyes and long black wavy hair. She is like pretty thin and looks to be wearing like what seems to be like rogue archer clothing with like the Bloodhaven symbol kind of like stamped on it. And she looks at you and she
Yeah.
goes, "My name is Nyx. What is yours?"
Nice to meet you, Nix. I'm Ryan, this is Rosetta, and this is Setsuki, who punched a man, but besides that, how's it going?
Like how that's what I'm known for.
She just nods and goes, "Nice to meet you. And it's going all right, we can say. Things have been better."
Real? We're just wondering if, if there was a mutiny to be happening, what are your thoughts on that?
She goes, "Against Phineas and Gaius?"
Yep.
She kind of like looks to the left a little bit, like off to the sea, does kind of like the little, like a slow head nod, and just kind of goes, "Gaius is an easy target."
Oh,
She just kind of like,
easy.
she kind of just like waves her hand in the air and goes, "Little seduction and arrow to the throat, and he's done."
Oh,
She looks over at Phineas and goes, "He, on the other hand, will give us issues. He's more than well prepared for a mutiny, from what I've heard. There's a reason why Dragos made him captain, so I'd be careful."
that's good to know. Thank you for letting us know. It's good to know that we can get Gaius down easily as I'm whispering this.
She just looks at you and winks.
I wonder if she knows how to get rid of the captain. Ooh.
Yeah, you could ask
Hi,
her,
I'm back from
she
my
seems
lunch.
well informed.
Welcome back.
Say, Nix. Would you happen to have any idea on how we could get rid of the captain? Just a question.
She thinks for a moment and just goes, "I didn't put much thought into it, but I'm sure it wouldn't be an issue. The biggest thing we could do is distract him, take out anyone who could be his accomplices. But where does that put us with the other ships?"
I did not think that far about them ships. One plan at a time.
She
Just
goes,
carry on as normal, I guess.
she just goes, "If you are able to come up with something solid, or if you need help, I'd be more than willing to help. Just make sure we know who's on our side before we start."
future. Honestly, can't tell who. How many people do we have on our side?
Okay, we need to have a group meeting somewhere.
I feel like I imagine nobody took notes.
No.
Well,
think
Bear
you
was
should do
taking
this.
notes. He had the paper.
Did you, Bear?
What
I
were you
wasn't
doing,
taking
man?
notes, but like I've got a rough idea of who.
Because there's some,
at least a few.
yeah, because there's some characters you guys also talked to earlier, but didn't talk about the mutiny plan with them either.
Oh, you're right.
I'm trying to
Was it Owl?
because well, there, yeah, Myrine. There's I think Hester was one of them. There's the human and dragonborn. Oh, there's the human that you guys didn't really get an answer from. The dragonborn and the half orc both basically said that they'd only join if you have a solid plan. Drusilla, you guys haven't talked to about the mutiny. Kalia, you haven't talked to about the mutiny. Berwin, you haven't talked about to the mutiny. Phaline, you haven't talked to about the mutiny. Lysander was all on board, and Al, you also haven't talked to about it.
Yeah, we've done nothing.
I mean, we got
they-
some information.
And then yeah, then Nyx as well. Nyx also offered to join, and it was even saying that she would help with planning.
She was a bit too eager. I'm not too trusting.
Is that a
She-
bad thing? We're
Is it-
eager.
No,
Seems
in the
like a
sense of she
scheming
already
type.
had
We
a
need some eager
plan.
people, okay? Maybe she's on our side. She's just planning the entire time, but had no one to help, you know?
I mean, if you don't
Yeah,
trust
no,
her,
she-
you're always free to roll perception, by the way.
Okay,
Okay,
well,
I keep forgetting that's a thing.
I will roll.
Let's roll perception. Well, that's sort of ass.
let's see. What the hell?
17, that passes.
That's pretty good.
Oh, there you go.
Pretty-
21 passes as well.
Okay, guys.
So you do get the vibe that she seems a little devious. However, it doesn't seem that she has any ill intent against you guys, but definitely more than likely against the captain and like Bloodhaven in general. So
See?
you
We'll take it.
you can sense that her intentions of helping you guys are genuine.
Yay.
Okay.
Okay, write that down, Bear.
All right. So I will say that with that, you guys all, spend some time going around, kind of like mingling with people and getting to talk with them a little bit. You guys are now gonna go like back to your spots to go back and row the boat. And before you guys know it, nighttime falls.
Ooh.
We're gonna get jumped by something.
Mhm.
So we'll say that this is like this is the next night, and you guys are all, you guys basically reform your benches into like makeshift beds, and you guys are resting. The only people who are really up are probably like Captain Phineas, who's just making sure everything's going smoothly, as well as Gaius.
Oh, so we like sleeping on the deck?
No, not on the deck. So like
Something of it?
the benches, I would say, are like very like they're like large. Like there's not just like a simple little bench. Like they're pretty like long and wide, and you guys are like provided with like just general like feathered pillows and like wool blankets type of thing.
There's no roof over our head.
Yeah, no roof. So if it starts raining, you guys can probably sleep under the benches.
Jeez.
But
Okay.
with that being said, though, you guys are resting and sleeping. Setsuki,
think-
I need to make sure he is here for this.
Yes. What do you
Okay.
want me to do?
So
He has something devious up your sleeve.
So you find yourself tossing and turning. You haven't gotten used to sleeping on the ship yet, you know, just the constant rocking and such, but eventually you do find yourself dozing off, and you find yourself entering like a dreamlike state. And you start to feel a heavy weight gravitate around you and on you.
What?
You find yourself back in the prison.
What?
Oh, no.
It was a dream all along.
It's all just a dream.
It was only just a dream.
We're just figments of your imagination.
And
Loading. Oh, that's a small piece of the.
yeah, and you find yourself around familiar walls. You get the smell of like that ashen smoke still kind of like flooding the air. You see the glows of the like the torches on the walls. You can hear in the forge room nearby the hammers clinging, and then dead silence. And before you know it, you can hear the sounds of like what seems to be like people gasping for air and choking, and then silence. Suddenly, the smoke begins to fill the room, and all the door, the what was once open, like open entrances, are now blocked by steel doors, and there's no out. And you see the smoke flooding the room, and you start to gasp for air. And eventually, you start to feel what almost seems to be a supernatural chill down your spine. And the smoke suddenly divides down the center and presses against the wall. And straight ahead of what remaining smoke was left begins to take shape. And before you stands Nereia, goddess of the sea.
Oh my god.
Fight.
She stands. Oh, yep.
Well, I didn't mean to punch him. He was just supposed to be knocked down. But I didn't know he was that weak.
So,
Then you break a jaw
Your
and
Honor.
die. So it's kind of your fault for not taking care of your people.
so before you, her presence is like formidable. She stands what seems to be like anywhere from 9 to 11 feet tall. She's pretty gigantic. In her eyes is literally just ocean blue. You almost see waves in her eyes, but they're dark and piercing at you. And eventually, all of the smoke around you just extinguishes. It just hits the ground and disappears. She opens her mouth as to speak, and then sighs briefly before going, Setsuki, once guardian of the night, what shadows have led you to mar the sanctity of life itself? You have left one of my faithful to perish, forsaken in the smoke of their own forge. What says you?
Well, you guys turned your back on me first, so I have no loyalty to you guys. Where were you guys when I needed help? Where were you guys when I needed support? Where were you guys when I was banished? So you have a lot to say with none of your actions. I owe you nothing, no loyalty. My loyalty lies with only one that I look for.
She smirks at you and goes, I am not the blame for your god's faults. Did you ever seek for me?
People who are bystanders are as fault as people who do the bad deed themselves. You cannot just you cannot just stand by idly and assume no fault while you come at me when something something that was your responsibility to protect your followers. I didn't mean for them to die, they were just a distraction. But why were they in this horrid place themselves? Why didn't you protect them? Why didn't you free them? You you have a responsibility as well. You only come to me when you lose followers, thus you're gonna get weaker in power. Don't you don't you pretend like I don't see why you're here?
So she smiles at you, and she kind of like slowly takes her arms and crosses them behind her back, and she goes, "How he ended up here was not by my doing. However, he did pray for my help, and I sent it. But what did I find? His corpse."
Well, you were too late, weren't you? As a god, you should know when your followers need help. As a god, you should know when your believers are in trouble. You cannot idly sit by on your ivory throne and just play ignorance. You were worshipped. You do have the responsibility towards your followers. I take responsibility. It was a unfated, uncalculated, and accidental death. When I do ascend to the clouds again, I will bring him up to the heavens. But what about you? You stand before me and say all and pass the blame. Aren't you to blame as well? Your help shouldn't have come this late. You shouldn't have not even led him here. If he was that of a loved follower of yours.
He was in there for 300 years. I mean, it was a little late.
Yeah, he was there for 300 years, and you just sat in your ivory throne under the sea, putting on makeup. What the fuck were you doing?
So you begin to hear sounds of like ocean waves crashing into each other, and you start to feel the ground before you start to shake. And she goes, "I have many followers, many of them who are dear to me. His being here was through force, I'll admit. You see, divine intervention is not so easily done. But to take a life, unprovoked, could have been avoided. I was coming, sooner or later. Your actions have woven a dark thread into the tapestry of fate. Hear this, Setsuki. The sanctuaries you once sought shall know your step no more, and home shall become a mere echo to you, carried away on the winds of your exile. My creatures will turn from your approach, and my tides will recoil at your touch, and my storms will chase your heels of your guilt. Rectify the destruction your hands have wrought, and honor the lives devoted to the divine, or face banishment from which there is no harboring shore." And then with that, you hear the waves get louder and louder, and those steel doors break down and engulfs you in a flood. And before you know it and can react to anything, you wake up and it's daytime.
I had words to say to her, but you know.
You're like, I'm not done with you, woman.
That's crazy.
So anyways,
You really threw that on me, eh? I had to improvise.
Hey, that's the game. That was good.
I was like reading my backstory. I was like, okay, cool.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I had to go to your backstory too.
It was a good one.
So, do you keep that to yourself, or do you tell your party?
I
Start
keep that
ranting.
to my. Huh?
Start ranting.
I tell them a little bit that I was visited in my dream, but not the whole story because I still don't want. They don't know who I am at the moment.
Okay. Just say you got cursed, man.
Blessed. Even.
Hey guys, good morning.
Got terrible
Yeah.
news.
Morning.
Morning.
How do you sleep on this thing? This is horrible.
Well, you have a lot of hair. You shouldn't complain.
Oh.
Wow.
What is that about my hair? You have plenty of hair yourself, Foxskin.
At least I'm not a furry.
The fairies are fighting.
Okay. Do I have to say it all over again, or they just like know about it?
We'll just say that whatever that they all just heard right now. We'll say that you. I mean, are you telling them the entire dream, or like what are the parts you're leaving
Just-
out? And
So I'm gonna just tell that I was just visited by what forgot her
Nereia.
name. Nereia. In the dream, and she was just like, I will take vengeance for killing my follower, and she disappeared.
Yes.
That is not promising news.
It's okay. It's okay.
You
Fine.
mean the elf that we left in the forgeroom? The one you
Ye-
broke, whose jaw you broke.
Yeah, I set him free of his mortal binding, so nobody thanks me for it. He's now in a
Yeah.
very happy place, rather than being stuck in a jail for 300 years or 3,000 was it? I don't know.
I mean, if you're asking me, we were putting him out of his misery, but I mean, it was pretty cold, not going to lie.
Pretty out of the blue.
Okay, death comes to it for everybody.
Yeah, so great.
For
We're
you
just
too one
going
day.
on an ocean expedition, and we've pissed off the god of the sea. That's going to be fine, I'm sure.
Okay, it's okay. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We have plenty of people to sacrifice here.
Do you want to piss off more people?
I mean, the nun is already has no god, so she's easy target.
He just wants to sucker punch another person. Right?
Mm-hmm. We could have more people on our side. I just realized I'm at the front of the boat, so I shouldn't be able to hear anything.
Nope.
It's okay. You have a very strong ears.
I think I'd like to spend the morning doing multiple prayers.
Yeah.
Spare is incredibly anxious about all of that he's heard, so I feel like he's gonna try and make good with the gods, or whichever
Oh,
ones will
we're very-
listen.
I was
Um.
gonna say
I'm
something
throwing
very.
up.
Would you be able to?
Wow.
Would you be able to tell me, like, what exactly that bear is like praying for?
Okay, well, we're going down the hit list, right? So we'll start with Fig and then Holly, which is basically just like trying to get in touch with his gods and like show me guidance, that sort of thing. Grant me safe passage, even though it's not in your domain, sort of deal. So there's that, and then he's gonna try and like focus on the token that he got.
Okay.
For was it Fenna?
Yep. Then.
And something along the lines of yeah, never tried to contact with you, not very familiar with you, but in a bit of a predicament, and I think your sister's pissed off at us, so if you could help us out with that would be really nice. And then
It was an accident.
I'm gonna pull out the drawing that what's the face did for us.
Yeah.
Myrain, whatever. And then do a little prayer to look at my notes. Nereia. which will essentially be a prayer of forgiveness and also being like, we're not your enemies, we're being forced to fight in this war, and please give us safe passage or guidance on the seas, because we mean well. Something along those lines.
You can tell on Dragos that you're coming. Like, you can prepare for war, you know? Because they probably didn't see it coming. I don't know.
I guess I'll
Yeah.
tell. I mean, they probably already know because they're a god omnipotent in that. But like,
Probably, yeah.
just be like, yeah, we're chill. We don't actually want to go to war. And yeah, I prefer your ideals over Dragos. And please don't kill us.
Okay, so as you are making that prayer, we'll start with the first one. The first one to Thena. As you are like, are you like sitting on your bench and just kind of like holding the token and praying?
Yeah, essentially.
Okay, so as you're like basically, because like what, you're like essentially like asking for help against her sister.
Yeah, like I feel like we're going to war, we're going into like their domain sort of thing in a sense, but then also like her sister's also very much a part of it as well, so we're kind of just like, yeah, asking for assistance or guidance or like any help in that regard.
So as you do begin praying, if you remember that slight little glow you saw when the girl handed you the token, as you're clutching it in your hand, you see the token make the same glow, but rather than just a little glint, it's physically like glowing in your hand for a couple of seconds before the glow fades away. And then very quietly, almost like a whisper in your ear, you feel a gentle touch on your shoulder. And the whisper goes, "Your bravery has not gone unnoticed, valiant one. Wisdom and courage will be your allies in this battle. Trust in your strength and do not falter before the fury of the sea, or you are no longer alone."
Thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah, well, that helps. That's somewhat reassuring.
It's an avocado.
And then you said you pulled out the drawing and you also tried to do like a prayer to Nereia too.
Yeah.
And then just to kind of clarify, were you like asking for basically like forgiveness on Setsuki's part, or just saying like you don't want this type of like just
Well, actually, yeah, since Setsuki like told us the ordeal, I will ask for forgiveness for he and I, because I did have a role to play in that part as well. I think because I was kind of in the room. And yeah, Bear doesn't feel particularly great about it. So yeah, there'll be a prayer of forgiveness, and yeah, just please give us safe passage, kind of thing.
Oh my god, after my big ass speech with her, you're gonna ask.
Oh,
So-
dude, you're messing with the gods. I'm just trying to make sure we don't fucking
Yeah,
grant
she's praying, man.
So as you do that, the wind picks up tremendously,
Oh boy.
and the paper that you were holding it, or I don't know if you were holding it or just kind of like setting it down.
I think it was like holding it and focusing on it while you say the prayer.
Okay,
Watching it for dear life.
so you feel the wind pick up, and it's so heavy that the boat starts to like almost drift to the side a little bit, just with how strong the wind is. And the paper begins to tear in your hands as you're trying to hold it. And all of a sudden, a large splash of water just kind of soaks you. You get splashed from the sea.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
And you kind of like look over the ledge. I will say about, where are you sitting? Okay, so if you look like this direction, you know how like sometimes when you like look off into the distance into the sea, there's like pictures of these two where like you'll see like hazes of ships that aren't actually there because it's like a mirror image type of thing. You almost see like a hazy mirror image of like maybe like a half body shot of a woman. And you, because so you're looking, so you're looking over there like where the splash came from, and that's just kind of what you see. It's very hard to tell. You can't make out like any like direct, distinct features. But similar to the whisper you heard earlier, this time it's more of like a demand in your head.
Okay.
And you hear a formidable voice go, "Your plea, borne upon the winds and waves, reaches my depths. The actions of one can ripple far and wide. Setsuki has stirred dangerous tides, and the balance must be restored. Show me that your hearts are true and your intentions are just, and perhaps mercy may yet temper justice." And then you see the haze like fade away, and then it's just nothing. It's just blue skies again. And then you look back in your hand, and the paper is like physically torn away, and the only thing you have left is like a half-torn picture of like the shield. Oh, sorry, the wave.
Yeah, waves. Oh boy. Yeah, well, that's not good. I don't know. I guess I'll just pocket the half of paper. Keep it one up. Okay.
And as you kind of like put that paper away, the heavy winds start to die down. And, you know, you kind of look around and you do see like a general, like, people are starting to like wake up. The captain is just, you know, still doing his thing, steering the ship, standing at his post, while everyone, those who are awake, who are rowing, you all of you feel a thud on the bottom of the ship.
Uh-oh.
You notice that there is no heavy wind, so if there's no waves that are like causing like this like banging sound. And you look and you see like a couple people are waking up from this, because it happens more than once. And people start kind of like looking over, assuming that it is waves, but there is none. And people are trying to figure out like what's going on. You kind of hear muttering throughout the ship, and the captain, you see like this grim look on his face, and he calls out, "Something's out there." And everyone turns back at him. But before he can even take a minute to think on how to action what to do, the ship violently shifts to the point where almost all of you are thrown off board. And then it settles again, and all of you hit the ground hard. You guys see a dark, like, shadowy figure swim underneath the ship and now circles the ship. All of a sudden, its head breaches the water, and you guys see a massive sea lion. It's got sleek,
Zoom in.
wet fur. Oh yeah, you guys can zoom in on it if you guys need to.
Oh my gosh.
Have fun with that.
Rosetta's right next to you.
She has the close up views.
Wait, no, this is bad for me though. Oh shit.
So
that your weakness?
So this thing is pretty wide. Think of that. What was it? The Dragonborn you guys saw earlier, who was like 6'2" or whatever.
Yeah.
It's about 2 of him long,
Okay.
and
Let's see, so 12 feet, huh? That's about 3.6 meters.
Too bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
you see like it like as its head is like peeking out of the water, it's like staring at all of you with like this predatory glare. And immediately you hear the captain yell, "To arms! Sea beast, off the sword bow, bow!" Like he just starts freaking out. He's commanding. You see like all the like specifically like the half orc and the dragonborn start to arm themselves. And with that being said, roll for initiative.
Us two?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Initiative. How do oh, there it is.
Oh my god.
Oh, GG.
Bad.
Oh.
Jeez.
Oh my god,
my
GG
God.
for me too, man.
Brr, there's
Oh
no way.
no, we're all borked, bro. We're all gonna die.
Good job, team.
Yeah, good job, everybody.
I guess we're fighting that thing, aren't we?
Yeah, it's
Sucker
gonna have
punch
the
him
first-
again, shoot. Sucker punch him.
All right, let me see here.
Something to punch. Punch the sea monster. Just jump
Easy
overboard.
clap.
Wrestle him.
Can we get his weaknesses? Can we roll something?
I will say it would be a combination of like perception check, history check, and arcana. If you guys want to try to get like a full breakdown of what this thing.
Okay, yeah, I can do all that. Let's go.
Thing.
Arcana, history, and perception. Got it.
And then the
Come on, man.
I'll just do it as well.
Oh, do you guys see the encounters?
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh my goodness! I just realized you guys
All
are
at the end.
all in the bottom.
Yeah, our initiative isn't very good. My cat has such a high initiative. Holy shit.
Kitty is about to jump off the ship to swipe at this thing.
You know what? I'll just let my cat like stay under the bench. You know what? Don't do anything.
All
Stay
right,
there.
so, because here's the thing: even though everyone is rolling for initiative, that doesn't necessarily mean everyone is gonna fight.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Our perception and whatever seems to be quite high.
All
But
right, let me
mine's
see
like
here.
21.
My rolls are also mid, bro.
Okay. So you did Arcana, Setsuki. Okay, so Bear. You got 22 on Perception.
Yes.
All right. Let me see something here. You are looking at this creature from from like where you're seated compared to like where the creature's at. And I will say too, just like before we started the initiative, like this thing is basically like circling the ship. And then it stopped about right here. So you would have at one point had a chance to glance at it, but you know that as far as like what you were able to see, what you're able to tell, this creature doesn't have like any noticeable like injuries or weaknesses on it. It seems to be a pretty like healthy creature.
Okay.
Let's see. 13, 11, Setsuki, 21, Rosetta also okay, 12. Rai was 17. Okay, so yeah, same with Setsuki and Rai. It's no different for you. You guys also are able to glance at it, and you guys can tell that yeah, it's a pretty hardy, healthy creature. This thing doesn't seem to have any type of weaknesses or disadvantages.
Man,
But
we're cooked.
with that being said, the sea lion is gonna make its move. You guys are gonna love this. The sea lion gets to make 3 attacks.
What we did.
Oh.
What the heck, bird?
So-
Not at us, all right?
I'm
Not
gonna-
at us.
I'm gonna do it-
Other people?
Well, Kayla was like a big mouth, so she can fight it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go make a name for yourself, girl.
Blaze of glory.
I like we're all at the back. Then Rosetta's right in front.
So
Okay. So I'm just gonna do a test roll just to kind of get an idea. All right, so this is where the fun begins. So ooh, this is gonna be fun. Okay. So the sea lion is gonna swim up to the boat here. And it is gonna take a big bite and try to rip off a plank of wood.
R.I.P. Rosetta.
Oh my.
I can fly. I can fly. Come on.
Why
man.
is it that
like out of all of us?
when I did my test rolls, I rolled low every time, and I'm like, okay, this should be fine. Let's start the game. I go to roll, nat 20.
Oh my god.
R.I.P. Rosetta. We all
This
remember.
is
Oh,
quite
21 feet
survivable.
dead.
So the attack lands, and it is able to bite off a good chunk of wood, causing 24 damage to the ship.
Oh.
That's attack 1. Attack 2 misses.
Yes.
And attack 3 also misses.
Yes. Okay, great.
All right. Next up is the elf Nyx.
Go, girl.
All right. So the real question is this going to glitch my screen? Damn it.
Hopefully not.
It did.
No! Nyx, dang you.
All right. Let me see here.
Nah, Nyx is cool. It's not her fault.
True.
Oh,
I
why
like
did...
the cat
Oh,
pitch.
now it works. Okay, that's cool. Will it work now? All right, I'm gonna like fight my computer here. So for whatever odd reason, it like works sometimes and then it like breaks. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. I know my workarounds. Can make this work. Okay. We're gonna go here. Beautiful. Found it. Okay. So Nyx gets to make 1 attack. And what's her movement? 30 feet. Okay, so she's gonna go 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna move up manually. 20, 25, 30. That's kind of rough. So she's gonna have to roll with disadvantage. And then she gets... Okay, that's cool. She gets a +3. Beautiful, because with disadvantage, she still succeeded. So, good job, Nyx. And she gets to do... Unfortunately, she only did like 3 damage.
We take
Well,
Yeah.
you know
Next,
first.
next would be, let's see here, Feline, which was the halfling, who is... Oh yeah, so Feline was also the hunter. Where's Feline? Oh, of course, they're so far away. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's going to be the same thing. +3. And Feline misses. What about, okay, so Berwin. All right, so Berwin can't do anything because he doesn't have like a bow. All right. So he doesn't have a bow. Hester also doesn't have a bow. Gaius, on the other hand, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So yeah, he doesn't get to move that far. And he's about, 95 feet away from the monster. It's just within range. If it was anything over 100 feet, he would have to roll disadvantage. Well, I suppose he has to anyways, because he's shooting past a bunch of people, so. Alright.
God.
And he gets, one attack. So he shoots, he misses. You said the cat wasn't fighting?
No, the cat will stay underneath. No exposing herself.
Kayla is...
Come on, girl.
She's got a bow, so she's gonna jump in. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She's within range. No one's in her way. And she... Oh my goodness. So she rolled a nat 20.
Oh.
And let's see here. Let me just make sure I got it right. Okay. And she does 9 damage.
That's not too bad.
Okay, next up is Al. Alright, he doesn't have one. Jorund, yep, so he has one, so he's gonna like eke over this so he's not in anyone's way. He's gonna fire. And what is that? 13, 14, 15. Okay, so he matches the AC, so the attack lands. And he does 5 damage.
Okay.
Who's next? Kalia. She does not have one. Where's my... Oh, here we go.
At this point, is the sea lion like somewhat injured, or it's
still like just a tickle?
I'll put it this way: has not reached half health yet.
Oh my god, guys, fuck up.
Drusilla would have one. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I don't... Is anyone in her way? Yeah, so one person's in her way. Disadvantage. I don't think it gets any lower than that, so she misses. Myrine would not have one. Phineas.
I like our
10,
blast.
15, 20, 25, 30. He's gonna make his attempt. Beautiful. All right. Phineas does 3 damage.
Oh my god.
Hideous, you piece of useless garbage.
What sort of captain?
Oh, wait,
are-
hold up. I rolled.
Oh.
Yeah, no, hold up. Yeah, y'all actually had a point there. I rolled with the wrong stats for him.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank God.
Is
okay,
it-
redo.
His is different.
Take it back.
Never doubted you.
How funny would it be if I made him do the most obnoxious attack that he has under his actions?
Which is?
So, Phineas has a legendary action,
Ah!
and it allows him if he lands an attack with like what do you call those things? Like, think of it as like a harpoon, kinda.
Hmm?
He can harpoon the creature,
Onto
And-
the ship.
and if he succeeds, he's allowed to make a legendary action that'll allow him to jump off the ship and manhandle the fucking sea lion.
What?
Do it.
And if he succeeds, he can basically like choke the damn thing out.
Yeah, why not? Go ahead.
If he fails it,
Very brave.
it's gonna allow him to be in a situation where his hand will be pinned. Okay, oh wow, that's very specific. It's gonna allow him to, if he fails, it's gonna put him in a position where his hand will be pinned and he'll be left with no choice but to chop off that hand.
You know what? Works for us either way.
Either way, we want to kill him anyways.
No, he's
No, Just stabby stab.
However,
He was
that the harp. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can try it, I guess.
BRB real quick though, I gotta throw my stuff.
Yeah, no worries. All right, so holy shit. So okay, yeah, he still hits again, anyways. I will give the creature back its 3 health since we're not counting that. And he does. All right. So he pierces it, and he actually does 8 damage.
not bad.
Pretty good.
And does he get to do it? Okay, he can only use it once. All right, Rye is up.
Yes. Run me through how to do this again.
So if you have anything that's like considered like a ranged weapon, like crossbow, bow and arrow, yeah, any spells.
And I got dagger, short sword, unarmed strike, sneak attack. That's all I got.
So I will you have an option, and it's up to you if you want to use it, but you could take your short sword or your dagger and improvise an attack with it, and you can like throw it at the sea lion. Just know
Okay.
that whether it does hit or miss, you are gonna lose that weapon. So
Oh.
another thing you could do too is
know
if
what?
you want to rush the front of the ship next to Rosetta
Back.
and stand by the ledge, you can also like swing down at it. Welcome back.
You know what?
Thank you.
Let's do that. Let's
All right.
rush up there.
So
Swing at him.
you have 30 feet of movement,
Here. Mm-hmm.
so you'll probably only make it like a quarter of the way, maybe half. Or you can dash in a straight line, and that'll let you move 60 feet. But that'll be your full turn, though. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. You know
Either
what? What is
way.
dash then?
So
Either way.
so dash is it's basically kind of like a free action, or not a free action. It's basically like an
Oh, is
action.
it?
There's no roll for it. It's just like a call out you
Oh, so
make.
just do it.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Ra uses
25,
dash.
30.
I'm
25,
dashing.
40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Yeah, that's about right. We'll call it there.
Land there.
Yeah.
And that's my turn, I guess.
All right, all right. What about this guy? Okay, so he does not have one. The Dragonborn is going to fire. And misses.
Oh, come on.
Rosetta.
Oh, he's so useless.
Man.
So chromatic art time?
Okay, so
Yeah.
I am curious about one thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I've asked this already, and I'll probably keep asking this. Is there like a radius?
The range is 90 feet. That's about it. There's no
Okay,
radius.
so there is no. Okay, perfect. That's what I was wondering. I was making sure it wasn't like fireball.
Yeah.
Where,
Where
like-
everyone can be engulfed in it. Nah.
Yeah, because otherwise, you know, say, imagine you're point blank like that and you hurt yourself, you destroy the front of the ship.
Yeah.
Okay, no, you're good then. Yeah, if you want to use that, go right ahead.
All right. So
What type of damage is it gonna be?
What type of damage the creature is doing?
Yeah, can you like? No, the chromatic orb.
every single time. Holy shit.
Hold. Jesus.
You can literally do like any.
Hold up. Was that a nat 20?
Yep.
Damn, so you get the roll with critical hit.
Yep. All right. Let's go.
And then you were asking like what kind of damage the sea lion does?
No, the chromatic orb. Like, do you get to choose a damage type for it?
I-
Is it just,
I-
like fire or.
Leaf so.
It's acid, apparently.
Let me see.
Nope,
It was
that's
electrical.
Oh, yeah, you get to choose what type of damage you want to do.
Oh, really?
So,
oh, it says
like,
acid there.
So if
Oh,
you so if you know the type of creature you're fighting and what it's weak against, you can choose
Yeah.
what type of element you want to attack it with when you
I
cast
didn't
chromatic
know
orb.
that. What the fuck?
So yeah, you get acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder.
Yeah. So do I just can I just say like what I can I use?
Yeah.
Actually, acid sounds good.
Yeah, you can. It doesn't. In this case, it doesn't really matter because when you guys were trying to figure out if this thing has any weaknesses, it does not have any specific weakness.
Yeah. Acid works.
Yeah. So you cast that at the sea lion. Oh damn! You do 22 damage.
Yeah.
All right. So that made it go below half health now.
Nice.
It's now that it's kind of like swimming around, it is leaving like a trail of like blood.
Oh, that will attract other things, right?
I mean, we'll see.
Oh.
Did anyone roll a history check when we were trying to figure out like what this thing?
I
Yeah.
think we did.
Was it just-
history?
Was it? I couldn't remember if it was just perceptions or if everyone rolled like history as well.
I think
Yeah,
we
we
did
did.
history
And
as well.
Arcana too.
Arcana. Oh, that's why. Okay, nobody passed the history or Arcana checks, just the perception. Okay.
Yeah.
All right then. Okay, so never mind about that. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Awesome. Bear.
Is the dash like an action?
Yes.
Or is it
So
like-
if you decide to dash, you can only move in one straight line for whatever double your movement speed is. So yours is also 30 feet, so you'd also be able to move 60 feet. But that would be your entire action, though.
Do I still get a bonus action though if I can use it?
If you have a bonus action that you can use, I believe you could use that. Yes.
Cool. Okay, so 60 feet. So is it like? I'll just go 5, 10, 15, 16, something there.
Yeah, that's probably about right. Yeah.
And I'll, as a part of that movement, can I draw a weapon as well? I think that's a thing.
Yes, because I think I'm thinking the, what is it? It's at 3.5 is where pulling out a weapon's considered an action. But this is this is 5e though. It's just a free movement.
Yeah, cool.
God,
yeah,
I
so
missed
draw
3.5
my
though.
club. That does have some nice.
It feels like
I think.
traditional roleplay.
That's what a lot of games are based off of as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as my bonus action, I'm gonna cast the spell in which name I don't know how to say properly.
Is it? Oh, Chalet.
Chalet. Yeah, we'll go with that.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right either.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll go with Chalet.
Chalet.
Chalet. Which essentially just buffs my club. I'd like to cast magic into it.
Okay. Nice.
So my club can hit a bit harder if I can get close enough. But that's me.
Oh, I see. Hell yeah. Awesome. All right. Oh, is that?
I'm right at the back.
Was that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Setsuki.
Apparently, I'll use the dash as well because I am so at the back.
Yeah.
The line.
What is yours?
Is one block 5? If I'm correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can, if you don't want to like drag, you can also click on your token and then use your keyboard, and every time you move forward once, that's 5 feet.
Oh, wait, how many was I? I forgot to count. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Can I do a bonus? I can't do any bonus action. So that's me.
If you have a, oh, you're not gonna dash.
Oh, I have 60, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So another 30.
30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60-ish?
Yeah, that'll work for now. I hate that the map like blocks out the squares with the the sails.
Yeah.
It's not ideal.
All right.
And
Did you have any
that's
bonus
me.
actions?
Nah, I'll just save it.
All right. Sea Lion is going to take another bite out of the ship, but it failed.
Yes.
It's gonna now try to claw a piece of the ship off, but it failed again. However, but the third attack did land for 23. And it does 13 damage to the ship.
Our ship, no. You know what? At least it's not us that he's damaging. It's just the ship.
Next turn, he climbs on board.
What?
So that is the... Oh my goodness, that is actually a thing he can do.
No.
Okay, I guess he will.
I was reading his description and it goes, as long as the sea lion has a 10-foot swimming start, it can long jump across the water over 25 feet.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay. I wanna get back now. I just wanna, fly back.
And with that being said, 5, 10.
Nah. Nah. Nah.
So now it's Nyx's turn.
Go, Nyx.
Where is she? Okay. Let's do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then I'm going to say 30. She's going to squeeze in right up there. And she's going to fire her little bobo. All right. Is that twice in a row she did that? She rolled a nat 20.
Holy shit.
All right, so that is... All right, so she does 12 damage. All right. Feline. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Rolls with disadvantage. Both attacks, or not both attacks, but the attack misses. I believe.
Can we have like Hester and people who
Alright.
can't fight like just move to the back? Setting up it is not for nothing.
I imagine like they're like the ones who aren't fighting are either like watching the fight or like they're cowering. Who was this one again? Yeah, so he doesn't have it. Gaius. Okay, yeah. Gaius tried last time, I think. 5. Oh, he's in a dash, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. That's his entire movement. Kayla. Where's Kayla at? Oh, wow, right up there. 5, 10. Right on the ledge here. Going to attack. And they miss.
No, stop missing.
You
guys.
are right in front of her, like.
Joran's gonna attack, but also with disadvantage. Oof, so this isn't gonna be good. This is gonna be a fun experience you guys get to now witness firsthand.
No, no.
So there are I don't think I did anything when we did the one shot, but in the campaign, you see, when you roll a nat 1, there are consequences that happen.
There
And-
are?
Oh, this bloody oak.
And
That's cool.
so Joran tried to fire his arrow, but he failed so badly that he shot the back of the Dragonborn.
No.
Oh,
Oh
well.
no.
And he does 10 damage.
Ain't no friggin' way.
And you hear the Dragonborn just like scream out and just kind of like a, "What the fuck are you doing?" Let's see here.
Report him for inting.
All right, so you didn't go. I believe Drusilla fought last time. Yeah. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'd say that's pretty straight ahead, kind of, so. She succeeds. Oops. Oh. And she does 10 damage to the sea lion.
Nice.
Alright, so she doesn't go. Phineas, where are you at? 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, he'll take his chances from there.
Can he do the harpoon thing again?
Yeah, he's gonna try to throw his harpoon.
Yes.
Let's see. What does that do? Oh, wow. Okay. Yep. He rolled a nat 1.
Oh no.
Nice, thanks.
And
Oh,
Captain.
he, so as he's like going to throw the harpoon, the ship kind of rocks a little bit, and he loses his aim, and he hits the back of Hester
They're all useless.
Oh no.
Oh
for.
my god, they're all fucking useless.
Poor Hester, he only committed war crimes.
He does 11 damage to Hester.
Oh god, that gnome's dead.
Poor gnome.
Broken gnome.
And same with Hester. Hester goes, "Oh my god! What are you doing, Captain?"
Jake's got a harpoon through him.
Just sticking like in the back of his shoulder.
God.
Rye, you're up.
Okay, I want to try throw my
Shit.
shit. Do I want to throw my short sword at him or my dagger?
I mean, you're like
You can
kinda
move up in the
Wait a minute.
front, I guess.
Yeah, I know.
I was gonna say you want to make sure no one's in your way, because if they are in your way, you have to
Yeah.
roll with disadvantage.
I'll walk my 30 feet first. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30?
Oh, perfect. Yeah, clear shot.
Okay.
So I believe. Let me see here.
There's a range of 20. You know what that means?
Yeah. So that 20-foot range is basically like, if I remember correctly, that's like if you were to roll your die, that's the distance you can throw it. And I believe the other half, that's 60 feet, is I think is like the max you can throw it, but I do believe that comes with a disadvantage.
Oh,
However, you are within the 20 feet radius. You're 19 feet away.
okay.
Or if you want to be really specific,
Uh-huh.
if you do like from end of token to end of token rather than center to center, you're 12 feet. So
Numbers. Do I just throw the dice?
yeah, you know what? Go ahead.
It's the hit / DC thing, right? I thought I'm clicking the right things.
Yeah, yep, the hit / DC.
Oh well. GG guys.
Oh,
Wait,
did you
hold on.
did you roll like a 2?
Yes.
+5,
Wow.
7. Oh god.
All right.
Okay.
What weapon did you throw?
My rusty old dagger.
No, not the. Use one of your other daggers, not
Or-
the special one.
Yeah, so
It's gone down.
yeah, that you can remove that dagger from your inventory.
Man, I have another dagger.
You have 3 normal daggers, but you threw your special
Normal
dagger.
daggers, but my special one's gone, guys.
Wait, but it says rusty old dagger here though.
What's that?
It says you threw the rusty old dagger.
Yeah, that's our
Yeah.
special.
What? Oh no. How special is it? Like what? How special?
Oh,
is it?
it granted like a +1 bonus to attack.
Damn.
It's also
Oh,
a
wow.
magical weapon.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
gone now. The sea's
Lost
eaten
the
the...
sea. Yeah. It's
Lost
that's
forever.
your offering to the goddess.
Yeah, hope
Like,
she
here,
finds it
take
for
it.
me.
Yeah.
I just imagine like you throw it, you miss, and then you just quickly put your hands together and be like, "This is my offering."
Can she do that?
if she wants to, she can.
I'm praying right now.
That's my best weapon right there, just for you, lady.
Just for you, my queen.
Let me see here. All
I
right, let
think
me see
another
here.
chromatic orb will like take
I
him
can't
out.
do any more.
Finish
That was my last
him.
one.
Okay, don't finish him.
Could you only do it once?
Yeah, because I have my cat out. So that's one spell, and then chromatic orb, another spell,
Oh.
and that's it.
Bring that cat back in, bro.
We should have just fucking. Oh my god.
No, we need the cat, guys. Come on.
We do, come
Moral
on.
support.
She's there to report on any, like, suspicious looking activity.
I mean, there's a very suspicious looking activity in front of us.
Yeah.
S-
Everything
So-
happens for a reason, okay?
So right.
Yes.
You take your dagger and you throw it at the sea lion, but you miss.
Yep.
You brush it off as like a quick little prayer that this is an offering to Nereia.
That's Nereia respond.
All you get is a sudden splash of water that, keep in mind, these are calm waters, and a like a splash of water just flies out from the ocean and soaks you.
Oh.
I think she likes it.
Checks out.
Was that the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right. Did this person do anything last time? I don't remember. Where are you? Where are half of these people? Okay, yeah, they didn't do anything. And I don't... Oh man, I'm already losing track of my people. I want to say he didn't do anything, but for the sake of it, we're going to have him do some. Mostly because I can't remember. So... Yeah, so he's going to attack, and he is going to... God damn it. He misses.
No, these people.
Rosetta.
Useless.
You
Oh,
remember, y'all.
no.
These are the people you're going to war with against a guy.
Yeah. All right.
Much.
My attack has a range of 60 feet. So what I'm gonna do is back up 30 feet real quick.
Yeah.
Kayla's
1,
in front
2,
of you, though.
3, 4, 5. Yeah. Here is good. You know what? Wait, here. Do you think I can see him from here?
I mean, you could also just go up.
Yeah, I'm saying you're flying, so you could
Yeah.
technically like go up and down.
Just be out of his range.
Okay,
Go in
fair,
there.
You won't have to worry
Fair.
about hitting other people.
fair enough. Okay. Yeah. Then I'll just hang around my. Where was I at? Here. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
that was
somewhere
my
there.
original spot. All right. Time to roll. Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. Please. Is that good enough? Does that hit?
You just miss.
What the fudge? Okay. Is it 14?
So earlier, I don't remember who did it. I think it was Phineas or somebody. They matched the AC, which was 15.
Oh my god.
15. Oh,
All right, Bear, you're up.
brother.
We
Oh,
all
put to
stink,
the
I
bridge,
guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get him, Bear. Get him.
Yeah.
Bear's gonna start praying.
Hey, that's a good
fair,
idea.
brother bear. Touch chan.
I will allow praying as a bonus action.
Oh, can I?
Just-
You
Oh,
can,
but it
yeah,
is
as a bonus
bowing
action if y'all
down.
want to, you can.
Because this is
Okay,
bowing
I'll start
down.
praying to the Sealy Court then. Let's go.
Wait, who are you praying to?
The Sealy Court.
Pray.
The fairy, basically
Oh.
like the fairy court thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sea fairies, right?
Yeah. My ancestors. My grandmama.
Grandmama.
She's like, open the door. I want you to come in.
All right, let me see here. What can I... Oh, hold up. Gotta find it. What is this? Get out of here. Where is it? I gotta find it. Okay. Okay, I found it. It'll make sense here in a minute.
All good.
You do your prayer to the Sealy Court.
Mm-hmm.
And what ends up happening is you feel you feel almost like a magical essence that surrounds you.
Mm-hmm.
And you begin to feel you begin to feel rejuvenated again.
Oh, do I get my spell slots back?
You get your spell slots back.
Holy
Oh my
shit, let's
God.
go! Oh my god, I should have prayed earlier. Yippee!
So those are reset. Those are good.
Hell yeah.
Combining,
So was it Bear, right?
combining all his ass.
Next time.
Well, everyone's over here praying to the gods, asking for help. Setsuki just straight up told Nereia to fuck off.
Yeah, I guess I move up. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm getting there. Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely.
I'm gonna use my action to put my shield on because I probably wasn't wearing it when I was like rowing. And then yeah, the bonus action. I guess I'll like take that token of what's the face? Benna?
Oh, Thena. Yep.
Yeah, and just be like, yeah, could use a little bit of that courage right about now. And that's me.
All these people praying. Who's gonna kill the fucking lion?
Hey, we're getting
Very
there. We're
spatial
getting
on this
there.
boat, okay?
I got my spell slots back, okay?
She's a believer.
Yeah.
So you take the token and you make that prayer. So let's see. With that being said, you also feel this magical essence surround you. And until the end of battle, you will be allowed to roll advantage on all attack rolls.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Was that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I think that's all I can do.
Awesome. Setsuki.
Okay, let me move stuff. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, I think I should have a clear shot, right?
Let me see. Yeah, it's like perfectly just like.
Okay. Okay, can you just have a look at my sheet and tell me, do I have bonus action or do I still don't have it? 'Cause I can't figure it out.
Looking at your thing, it says your bonus actions are you have the 2 weapons fighting ability and you have healing word.
Okay. And do I have enough weapons to do it? I have javelin and a spear. That should be fine, right?
Yeah, so javelin, spear, and produce flame. Those are all like ranged attacks.
Okay.
Just do know, let me see real quick. Your javelin, you only have one of those, and I believe the same with the spear. Yeah, you only have 1 spear and 1 javelin. So once you throw those, they're gone.
Okay, so we're gonna do produce. Wait, cantrips. Where is cantrip? Produce flame is a cantrip, right? Okay, cool. We're gonna do produce flame. Leave, sister. What's a bee?
What?
What's a bee?
That's good, I think.
What's that?
Oh yeah, that is. Yeah. That's a net 20.
Oh yeah. So now if you look at your 1d8, it should be like glowing, right?
Yeah.
So click on it and you'll do critical damage. This guy stinks. I just saw that.
Hey.
Nice. So the creature is looking incredibly hurt. It's covered in all types of wounds, arrows. And oh, by the way, Setsuki, that was the end of your turn, right?
I can do one more thing, right?
So that was your main action, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to use your bonus action, you can for sure. Yeah.
Bonus action.
Just
Nah, I don't
looking at
wanna
your
lose any of that.
yeah, I was like looking at your sheet. Your only option is basically healing word.
Yeah, nobody's hurt, so. Wait.
Well,
I mean, you can try praying, but we'll see how that goes.
No, I'm not praying to anybody.
which god though?
I'm not praying to anybody. I will stand firm my ground. Wait, I can heal the dragon, right? Can I?
Or what?
Why?
Wait, what? Okay. You.
Nah,
No,
I'm just
don't
joking,
do
man.
that.
Hey,
You
dragons
just
are
did
people
10
too.
damage and then you're like, hee sorry, oopsie.
Maybe just stab shoot.
Okay, I'm done.
So this thing is like injured pretty badly. It's like kind of like flopping around in this water trying to stay afloat. However, the sea lion does use one of its actions, and it is going to leap out of the water and land
Amazing.
right here on the ship.
He did
Oh
a
my God,
fucking
wait.
flip. He did a flip.
Oh, yeah, I'm away from it. Let's go.
And it still has two actions, and what it's going to end up doing is it is going to go straight for the Dragonborn.
Oh.
Oh.
You're gonna lose a comrade, guys.
What are their... Okay, let me see here. What does that do? Ooh, it just misses. So it goes to bite the Dragonborn and misses entirely. It is gonna claw at Phaline and also miss completely. Well, with that being said, that is the end of its turn.
Alright, we got this
Yes.
guy. Look at this nerd. It's in the middle of us.
Man.
Let's see.
Beat him
Nyx.
up.
Nyx is going to draw her sword. And when she draws her sword, she's allowed to make 2 attacks. So I'll just move her 5 feet right there. Let's see. She does 16 to hit, which lands. So her first attack does Oh, wow. Okay. So she does 14 damage.
Okay.
So the thing lands on the ship and it rocks it back and forth. A couple people kind of like falter back a little bit. Nyx, without hesitation, drops her bow, takes her sword out, and basically approaches this thing and does kind of like a swing up, swing down motion. And she basically, the first swing going up was enough to like slit the sea lion's throat, and then coming back down, she slashes across his face, splitting its head open, and the sea lion dies.
Yeah, let's go, Nyx.
Very
Very
good.
good.
Doubted
Finally.
her.
Never.
It's so cool.
All right, with that being said, you guys are now out of combat.
Yeah. Can
Yay.
we get any XP from that?
So wait, did you say XP?
Yeah.
We need to level up.
So
Okay, I'm assuming this isn't the first milestone yet or anything, but
well, hold on.
oh.
Thinking.
I will say, so I'll say this. So after that all happens, you guys notice that the waters, everything seems to just kind of, the blood kind of like fades away and disperses. The sea lion's dead, and Nyx is now putting her weapon away. While everyone's cheering and clapping, Captain's kind of like doing this congratulations to Nyx for ending the beast. You guys feel this gust of wind. And as it's blowing, it's almost as if you hear whispers in your ears. And you guys, it's enough to make you all turn towards where the wind is, or where the wind's coming from, which is essentially like this direction, like it's coming upwards.
Mm-hmm.
And similar to the hazy vision that Bear saw earlier, you guys also see this faded haze of a woman staring at the ship. And you hear a faint growl in your ears, and then the hazy vision fades away. What do you guys do now?
Wait, what?
That was weird.
Jeez, cut us some slack already. Come on.
Maybe that was just like the mini boss. It's like an actual boss.
You know what I've noticed?
Well,
Bear did not do any damage.
Yeah, look. It's,
Uh,
I was going to get it, but
Uh-huh.
it's here. Looks pretty capable.
All
Got
that
my gear ready and
brain.
everything. What a
All that
waste.
brain.
Hey, no, at least we
I'm
get dinner
watching you.
for tonight. For the next few nights, actually.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
can we,
you
like-
eat it?
Can you? Oh, actually, can you?
harvest materials?
Yes, you guys can. Also, before you do
Huh?
that, though, would you all be able to roll me a history check?
Okay. For like whatever just happened in the wind.
No, actually, more in regards to the sea lion.
Oh.
must have been the wind.
Something in the wind has learned my name.
Okay, so Setsuki passed. Okay, so that's it then.
Oh my god.
So Setsuki. While everyone's now starting to surround this beast and getting ready to, like, basically cut it up, loot it, things like that, something occurs to you. You remember something faintly. You remember that it makes you question, did the goddess send that sea lion? And if it did, you know very well that these things travel in packs.
Oh God.
And
Another
not
one.
long after you guys all get ready to start harvesting, you hear thuds. Again,
We all
louder,
jump on.
bangier, and all of a sudden,
Good God.
you see these
Oh my
heads
God.
all poke out of the ocean. All of them glaring at you. And you almost, I want to say you almost hear a faint giggle echoing in the wind.
Oh my God.
And that is where we'll end the session today.
Oh my. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Damn, bruh.
Man.
Not bode well
Man,
for
oh,
us.
man.
Okay, does my speak to speak with animals? If I do that ritual, can I talk to the sea lions?